Nick Sabaka Jr. was born to be the greatest player in football history. Standing at 6'4" as a freshman in high school, Nick Jr. established himself as the best athlete in the state, dominating in every sport and instantly earning attention from colleges. But instead of going to a big blue blood school for his first year in college, he wanted to go somewhere where he could play and be the team's star immediately. So he committed to play for the Tulane Green Wave, who gave him their entire NIL fund in hopes that he would be as game-changing of a player as his father. His goal for his freshman season is to catch 30 interceptions and break the college football career record all in 1 year, and if he doesn't meet that goal, I'll be sending everybody who likes this video $1 million. Not only will Nick be playing cornerback, but he'll be returning punts and kicks, and might even wind up playing a little bit of offense. We'll see if his career lives up to the hype. Let's go ahead and get into game one. Boys, it feels great to be back in these beautiful Tulane uniforms. It's time for the second coming of Nick Sabaka, and he's going to start off his freshman season with a pick, lurking up the corner route in the red zone, yes sir. And oh my god, what is that turnover chain? That's insane, bro. I have not seen that. Absolutely stupendous. The Green Wave is out here cooking already. 10-0 lead against a Power 5 team, and looking to extend it here. Sit down, bro. Nick Jr. might be at outside cornerback, but just like his dad and his older brother, he can lay the lumber. Gets cooked up here though. Man, I thought we were on that. Well, that is a little bit unfortunate. We were just a second away from another pick there. Offense did get a little something going coming out of halftime as Northwestern goes jet touch pass. Sit down. Bro still somehow got 4 yards out of that. And Nick's gonna get tried here deep for the first time. He will come down with a pick and a shot to return this, man. We're gonna cut it back to the outside, but a dude comes out of nowhere and gets us. Still a big time return, second pick of the year already. We got a 15-point lead on the Wildcats. Now they're just gonna have to start slinging the ball around. This game might not be over yet though. They've got it down on the goal line, but that should have been a game-sealing pick. All right, well, 3rd and goal. Let's see what we got. Trying to go press coverage. They're going back to that same corner route, just going to the underneath though, and Nick sits dude down. Okay, play of the game here. We got 4th and goal, and this is gonna go to the other side. I can't see what's happening off screen, but looks like we got the stop, and I was hoping that would bag this up, but it looks like it might not be over just yet. Northwestern's got one last chance at a miracle, and going over the middle, Nick was almost there for the pick. This is gonna be a big reception, but the time runs out, and the Green Wave are gonna get the dub in the first game of the season. Nick lived up to the billing in his debut, only 3 tackles, but had 2 interceptions. It's only a matter of time before we start cranking out those 5-pick games. So after a solid start to the season, this Tulane team is already ranked 18th, and Nick Sabaka Jr. is already balling out, getting the pick on the streak route and turning around. We might have a shot to crib this, bro. The entire South Alabama offense is so slow, and Nick will easily get out of there for the pick 6, hopefully the first of many in his career. What a start to this game. At this rate, our guy's going to be getting on the Heisman watch really quick and getting another one here. We read the zig route to perfection, and Nick will strut into the end zone, taunting the defender. Are we about to get a Heisman in season 1, boys? I've gotten so much better at the position since my last cornerback career, so I feel like it's definitely possible. Definitely got to work on the tackling a little bit though. It's just a little bit wonky on this camera angle. Nick's gonna get the return here. Hasn't really had a chance to cook yet, and won't have a chance to do anything on this one. We'll see if he can get that going as the season goes on. And playing a hard flat here, South Alabama's gonna go to a corner. Our safety played that beautifully, and Nick almost gets up in there for the deflection. All right, so 3rd and 13. Let's see what South Alabama's got. Oh, Nick might be cooked. Can't quite catch up, and he gets torched. I baited that up way too much, dude. So that kind of erases one of our pick 6s. That'll keep South Alabama in the game for now, as they just go with the crosser here. Sit down. Nick's just got to learn that playing quarterback isn't only about big plays. He's got to play his assignment too, and man, we get cooked up on the corner route. Just like that, South Alabama's gonna tie this up. We need our offense to do something. Okay, we did actually block the extra point, and trying to get a little kick return game going here. Nick will burst to the outside. We see how quick he can accelerate. Won't quite be able to get up out of there. Thankfully, offense finally did something, but the tackling struggles continue. Nick misses an easy one on the flats there. Defense is suddenly looking kind of shaky, but not for long, dude. South Alabama's quarterback goes right to Nick again. He was playing underneath that flat route and will take it to the crib for his 3rd pick 6 of the day. He is single-handedly winning this game for Tulane. Can't say I was expecting performances like this so early on, and give me that. How about a 4th on the half, dude? We're going absolutely crazy. This has potential to be another pick 6 as Nick almost gets out of there. We'll scamper down the sideline and get down to the 13, and pulling out the wacky turnover chain again. This kid has potential to be the greatest player in football history. We are suddenly blowing the damn doors off of South Alabama. Nick has been getting beat deep just a little bit more than I'd like to see. That was a nice throw from the quarterback, but when you catch 4 picks in a game, it doesn't even really matter that much. Sadly, Nick gets no more picks in the second half, but 4 on the day, including 3 pick sixes in his second game, is absolutely nuts. Of course, after that, Nick Jr. is going to win National Player of the Week, and I would be surprised if our guy isn't on the Heisman watch. Guess I'm wrong. Looks like the voters weren't impressed, but the polls do have the Green Wave coming in at number 14. Not bad for a group of 5 team. I think to get up on that Heisman watch, Nick is going to have to try to add some tackles to all the interceptions, and Duke is going to run a screen pass here. Nick almost gets up in there for the pick, able to break it up. A beautiful read will make it 3rd and long, and Duke is going to go up top. We're not getting scorched this time. Give me that first of the day. Nick is already cooking against another Power 5 team, and man, I love Tulane's goofy little turnover chain. Duke will try to go over the middle here, and Nick will finally get his first tackle of the day, and now we'll get a little punt return action. This could be another thing that potentially helps the Heisman hopes, but we really haven't been able to get anything cooking so far. That first half went by fast as hell. We've held Duke scoreless so far, but here in the cover 2, they're gonna go up top, and the safety did not get over quick enough. The Blue Devils get right back in it. Offense has been doing their thing though, keeping Duke at an arm's length, but oh no, I was not expecting the slant to hit that quick. Nick's gonna get scorched over the middle and no help over top, dude. He's gonna have to hawk this guy down, and it'll go all the way down to the 11. Not a good look for our boy at all, and looking angry, he hits the tight end hard. We definitely do see the hit power capability, as Duke will have 3rd down here, and looks like they were trying to go with some kind of corner. They end up going over the middle and get the tutty though. Offense has to punt it away. It's looking like this one might turn out to be a nail biter. Nick has met his goal of getting more tackles today, but we need to see some more picks out of the boy, and man, I got burned there. After a promising start, this has definitely not been a great game from Nick. And oh my god, he might be getting torched again here, dude. What am I doing? I'm baiting it up way too much. Tried to swat it away, but we can't hop for it. That receiver is actually pretty fast. Forget the Heisman talk, dude. We just got to keep guys in front of us for now. The kick return game continuing to get shut down, and just like that, this lead is completely gone. Duke trying to go with a screen here though, and oh man, we're a half second away from a pick 6. Man, I was even expecting it. Now the Blue Devils are running the ball a little bit. The clock is not our friend at this point in time, and Duke's gonna go to the out route. That's my zone. I just can't see with the camera angle, dude. It's kind of weird. This is the best camera angle you can get at cornerback on this game, but still nowhere near as good as the Madden angle. All right, gotta make a play down here in the red zone. Looks like Duke is actually going to run the ball and pick up the first down. Come on, boys. I can't talk. I basically sold this entire game. We're gonna get these boys to 3rd and goal. I'm gonna take a timeout. Gotta clutch. I'm expecting a simple run, and that is what we're gonna get. Way too easy. I blitzed everybody too. Nick's only shot at redemption is gonna be a kick return, and trying to get something done by spinning out, but nothing doing. We need offense to cook, and they did one better than I could have asked for, getting the touchdown and the 2 to win it. We survive a near choke against Duke, as Nick did not play well at all in this one. Had some nice moments in a pick, but we can't be getting burned up like that. So we survived what I'm hoping is Nick's worst game of the season, and now we got the big one, man, taking on Ole Miss. They're ranked number 12. We're ranked number 10. This is actually Nick's dad's alma mater, so this should be a somewhat personal game for him. Unfortunately, offense fumbled on their first possession, so Ole Miss already down here on the goal line and able to get in for the tutty. Nick was trying to come in for the big hit, but got dove over. Nick is gonna have to seriously ball out for the Wave to have a chance at winning this one, and able to get up out of there with the spin. Man, I thought we had something. Offense seems to be struggling quite a bit against the Rebs, as they're just running these terrible wide formations. I hate defending against these because the camera angle doesn't even get out to them. And Ole Miss gonna go with a little tunnel screen to the other side here. Why can't they run that to Nick? That'll be another easy touchdown. Yeah, we might be screwed in this one, fellas, not gonna lie. Nick's just gonna take this one up the middle, and once again, thought we had a lane. It closes up so quick. At this point, feels like the only way we're gonna score is a pick, but Ole Miss going to the outside, we get the tackle for loss. That was near a safety. I mean, I guess not that near a safety. Ole Miss is gonna get it out to the 6 here. All right, this is where I'm gonna need my pick. 3rd and 9, and Nick's man just goes with an in route. They hit us over the middle and get us. Damn, dude. I really don't know if we're getting a dub in this one, but Ole Miss's quarterback gonna go to the other side, and we get the pick. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, offense does absolutely nothing. Someone other than Nick finally made a play, and we get nothing out of it. We continue to get picked apart with screens and stuff. Just gotta be ready when one comes Nick's way, as we were all over that zig route, but they hit us with the drag. Dang, dude. Ole Miss will go back to the air here, and going with an out route. We're just a step away from getting the pick, and we need one here too. I'm trying to bait up that little hitch route, but instead they go to the corner. Thankfully we knocked that out. All right, 3rd and 4, last chance. Ole Miss is going to go with, I don't even know what that play was. They'll just throw it out of the back of the end zone. But with a 3-score lead, we are maybe getting exposed a little bit here. We need offense to somehow find a way to score in 40 seconds. And of course, they cannot do it. This one's on the verge of turning into a blowout. And on 3rd and 4, Ole Miss going with drags. Man, I should have baited that up a little better. We probably could have picked it off. But there we go. O finally gets a touchdown. And the Rebels are finally trying Nick here. He's in position to make a play, but just doesn't put his hands up. Somehow the wide receiver caught that. And that was our chance right there, man. We're at least going to get it to 3rd and 5. Need to find a way to make a play. And Ole Miss going with the zig. Oh man, once again, could have baited it up, but just didn't do it enough. Gotta find a way to come up with a goal line stop now, and nothing doing. Just gotta at least make this game look pretty for the playoff committee. Even assuming we lose, I think this team has a great chance of getting a playoff bid. It looks like this one is definitely over. And sadly, Nick Jr. wasn't even able to get a pick. We do make the final score look decent, but overall just not an encouraging game. Nick played poorly again, got beat deep on his only chance at a pick, and no interceptions this time. Here's a strange occurrence, boys. We just had a bye week, and after the bye week, we're still ranked number 10. We're ranked above Ole Miss, who just beat the crap out of us. Guess they shouldn't have lost to Georgia. I guess the polls just love this Tulane team. From here on out, I think our game should be pretty easy, but this one might be harder than I thought. UAB's going to start it out with a touchdown. The thing that's going to hold us back from being a playoff team is this offense. We were able to get some nice wins early on because of Nick, but it'll be hard to be consistent when he's not on his game, and I am really hoping we can get the return game going more than this. Nick is of course still leading college football in interceptions, 7 only 4 games in. Offense still doesn't have a touchdown after 3 drives. We thankfully do have great field position though, and finally Nick is gonna get tried, and we might have a shot to run this back, man. Gotta outmaneuver the offense, and we will do just that. Nick Sabaka gonna dive into the end zone for another pick 6, his 8th pick on the season. And just to make it crystal clear, boys, I am of course playing on Heisman difficulty. We are back on track. I'm trying to get another one here. We got a 3rd and 22, and UAB is just running the ball. That's lame. Despite the pick 6, we head into halftime tied up. I'm trying my best to bait something up and get another one. And we got 3rd and 16. See what we got. UAB going back to the streaks, and I'm trying to bait up the streak. Instead, they're going to go to the other side of the field, and that ball hung in the air forever. We almost ranged over to go get that. All right, offense, we are going to need you to do something here. We get absolutely no blocking on these returns. And bro, they just throw a pick instantly. Like, come on. At this point, we ought to just punt the ball on 1st down, as it looks like UAB's going screen here. We were all over that. They just throw it to the middle, and I think we've got an illegal man downfield. Okay, well, that makes this a doable stop. We're gonna have 3rd and goal, and they go with the pitch. I'm trying to string that out, but I got turned back inside, and UAB will take the lead. We might be on upset alert here. Thankfully, offense was finally able to get some points. This is gonna be a big time 3rd and 3, as they're just going with another screen. Oh no, they handed it off, and we are gonna get the tackle for loss. Let's go. Just let me cook one time, guys. Why does nobody ever pick up that gunner? So frustrating. Offense got 3. That makes this an absolutely critical drive, and what is our defender doing? Just let dude walk right past him. Nick's gonna have to go over and make the tackle, and now UAB damn near in field goal range. Going to the other side here, and oh no, now they're definitely in field goal range. We might be at risk of giving up a touchdown. We're gonna have to find some goal line magic, and UAB just going with the bubble screen. Oh man, I got off the block too late. Please give me a holding or something here. Okay, they get an illegal man downfield, but damn, what a missed opportunity. We've got the flat there. We've got to be on that screen. And let's see. Oh man, they're going with another one. Once again, we get cooked up. We get the tackle at the 1, and I'll take a timeout. All right, 3rd and goal. This is the game. They're gonna motion out the running back, and this is slants. They've got a guy wide open. Man, I'm so frustrated we didn't get a pick on one of those. Nick is gonna have to try to cook here and able to spin out. We've just got number 16 to beat, but can't do it with the spin back in. Damn it, dude. Offense does get the job done though. All we got to do is keep him out of field goal range for 15 seconds, and I don't know why they're going over the middle. We get the hit though. Okay, at this point we just got to play it safe. Looks like they're going Hail Mary, but okay, they just are going to throw it out of bounds. Interesting. All right, this is it. 4th and 6 with 3 seconds left, and that's what they're gonna do. Really? Okay, we'll take the dub. We get out of there with a 3-point win. Was definitely a lot more dicey than it needed to be. I would say Nick overall had a good game. I mean, the pick 6 is really really what put us in position to win. Next up, we're taking on USF, who runs this incredibly annoying shotgun wide offense. The reason this is so annoying is because literally I can't see the receivers on the outside of the screen, but I'm still coming down with picks. Let's get it. Nick has it on the streak route and trying to return it will get it out to the 40. That's how we crack this one open. Let's go. Unfortunately, the boys on offense continue to struggle and Nick gets cooked up on the curl route there. It's tough because when I can't fully see the receiver, I need to focus on not getting beat over top, and USF's going to get this all the way down to the goal line. And now they're going play action pass, but their quarterback has the happiest feet. He's just going to get out of the pocket and will get the touchdown. Whether it's against the user or against the CPU, playing against wide looks just totally makes the game unfun for me. We head into halftime trailing and we need offense to start cooking. Oh man, I thought I had a hole there on the kick return. The blocking's been bad enough. We haven't been able to get anything going. Okay, but offense gets an absolutely huge touchdown and we're finally going to get another stop on defense. Okay, maybe we'll be okay. This is a short kick and Nick is going to field it without a lot of room, but that'll give our offense great position. Nope, never mind. They just throw a pick. So USF threatening to take the lead, and I thought that was just going to be a swing pass. Got cooked on the hitch route. Thankfully, offense answers. Honestly, I can't hate on offense. They've been pretty solid in this one. It's defense that has to step up and find a way to win this game, and we're going to get a pick. Let's go. That is huge. Finally, someone on this defense other than Nick making a play, but offense gets nothing out of it. So we're going to have 2 minutes to try to hold down the Bulls, and their quarterback is going out of the back of the end zone here. We're going to get a safety. Let's go. And that will thankfully put this game away. I'm glad to be done with that one. We're able to get out of there alive, and Nick at least comes down with 1 pick at the start of the game. And checking out the mid-season stats, he's sitting at 9 picks, slowed down quite a lot after that 4-pick game early in the season, but hopefully we can get those numbers back up. And right now he's only 5 short of the single season interception record. I was hoping to break the career record this season, but that might be a long shot. We'll see. Next up, we're taking on the Temple Owls. I hope this is a nice, easy game where we can rack up just some crazy stats. But oh my god, bro, don't tell me this is another stupid wide formation team. I have absolutely no desire to play against this again, but this game's gonna start out exactly the same as the last one. We started with a pick, and that'll be Nick's 10th interception on the season as he takes it back for a nice return as well. Maybe this offense will be a little bit easier to pick off without a scrambling quarterback. But yeah, dude, they definitely are a wide team. Maybe we could try playing Nick in the slot a little bit today. Alright, let's see how this goes. We do definitely have a better shot of getting tackles down here, as Temple will go with a read option here. This quarterback definitely not as athletic as the last. And going with a little speed option here, Nick is going to get around the block and come downhill, laying the huge hit on the running back, his best of the season. The game's got to give me a forced fumble on that, man. Come on. Offense did unfortunately turn the ball over, and this game might be closer than I thought it was going to be. Let's see what we got here on 1st and goal. Looks like Temple is just going to go with the corner, and hey, Nick's teammates have kind of been coming in clutch lately. But offense starts out the second half with a pick 6. We got a 3rd and 13 here, but our man coverage gets cooked up. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Please don't tell me we're about to lose to Temple. The Owls are gonna go to the corner here, and man, we're down by 2 scores. I don't know what to do. Gonna need some kind of big play here from somebody, and okay, we're gonna hit the spin and get up out of there, but not enough speed to beat number 1. And we're gonna have to find a way to stop this offense. They started out by picking up a 1st down on the ground. At this point, we gotta just be selling out for the run, and this time we'll get dude in the backfield. Okay, 3rd and 9. There's a shot that they pass it here, and that is what they'll do. Oh my god, bro. Nick was there. I wasn't expecting the quick slant, and Temple hits us for a touchdown. That is absolutely brutal. We are going to take a brutal 2nd loss of the season, and even though he had the pick, Nick's gonna feel like he's to blame for that one. And damn, man, we were ranked number 9. After that, we dropped dead out of the top 25. Definitely not ideal for the playoff hopes, but I wouldn't say we're out of the picture yet, and Nick still has a lot to achieve this season, starting it out with a pick and has a chance to return it. Almost got hawked down, but Nick Sabaka Jr. breaking a tackle and getting out across midfield. That's a nice start to this one. One thing that does give me a little bit of hope for a playoff berth is that this game tends to really overrate group of 5 teams for whatever reason, so we could still have a shot if we win the conference championship game, as Nick's gonna get the ball on the punt return here and might actually have a shot to make something happen for once. He breaks a tackle and is gonna spin out. This is the most room he's had to run all season. Nick Sabaka just has a couple of guys to beat and won't quite be able to crib it, but that's a big impact play. And we are continuing to just lock Rice up out here. This is the kind of bounce back game this team needed. But here before halftime, Nick is going to get absolutely mossed. That ball was perfectly placed, and this is going to be a bizarre play. Somehow we get the fumble and Nick almost recovers it. It'll be another stop for the Green Wave after all. And with a 24-point deficit, Rice is just going to have to start chucking it up. But they are actually putting a drive together here. At this point, I'm just trying to bait up for picks. But I was not ready for the tight end to run the corner route. Nick getting cooked again. It's been a good game for him, but we're still definitely seeing some growing pains. I do want to get at least one more pick before we get up out of here and play in the flat here. Nick baits that up. And just a stupid throw from the Rice quarterback. This is going to be an easy crib call, and now we're putting up the nice stats. And I'm trying to get one more before this game's all said and done. I love these games where the other team is just in desperation mode. But Rice is actually running the ball here for some reason. I didn't see that at all, and Nick's going to have to track dude down at the 1. Pretty sure Nick's actually got a decent amount of solo tackles today, as Rice gets a trash time touchdown. They're going to get the ball back one more time, and I'm trying to bait something up out here. You got to throw me that ball, dude. Okay, another solo tackle though. We'll take it. And looks like Rice is going with some curl routes here. We bait that up, and dude, the curl route has been the bane of my existence on this game. We finally catch a pick on one. Nick's third of the day. Nothing wrong with padding the stats a little bit. Okay, we get out of there with a 45-20 win. Really good stuff statistically. 7 total tackles and 3 picks, including a pick 6. With 4 games left, we got 13 picks. I'm gonna say 20 is definitely looking attainable in the regular season. And Nick does win National Defensive Player of the Week after that performance. And look, man, just like that, we're back up to number 20. I told you boys, they overrate group of 5 teams in the rankings in this game for whatever reason. I think we're headed to the playoffs if we win out, fellas. Remember, all we have to do is be the highest rated group of 5 team. I'll have to check the rankings after this, but first we got to go get this dub against Memphis, man. Pretty much every game is a trap game from here on out, and it looks like Memphis is going with a screen here. You came to the wrong side, buddy. Nick is going to get around that blocker to pick it off, and this is going back to the crib. That's how we crack open the scoring in this one. It was satisfying as hell to pick off a screen. I literally have not done that before on this game. Let's keep the momentum going, fellas. Memphis is moving the ball for the first time in this game on this drive. Gotta make sure we shut it down, and I'm trying to bait up the deep route. Instead, they're gonna go over the middle, and our linebacker gets the pick. This defense is stepping up all over. And boys, I want to apologize if my commentary is a little bit more choppy at this part of the video. I'm dealing with a little sore throat situation, and oh my god, Memphis is gonna cook us over top. I thought I had that curl route baited up, and instead the Tigers are gonna take this all the way to the crib. Offense does get a field goal, the only points they've scored in the half, as Nick is trying to bait up this route but didn't have leverage, man. That was just bad coverage all around, and that'll allow Memphis to try to take a shot here before half. This time they're going to the other side of the field though, and Nick's teammates are locking up right now. This is going to be a pick 6 for Tillery. We're outscoring the offense like 4-fold. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be commenting, asking about this camera angle and also why my player switches when we get an interception. I do want to point out that technically I'm playing this Road to Glory on Dynasty mode. The reason being is the Road to Glory camera angle I just can't do. I like being able to see the field a little bit more, and the Dynasty player lock camera angle is slightly better. I will say, boys, I am praying that they fix the camera angle on Road to Glory in next year's NCAA, because the cornerback camera angle on Madden is great. And while the one on Dynasty is better here, I still definitely have some trouble seeing what's going on sometimes. It leads to more bad coverage than I think I would have otherwise. Anyways, back to the game here. Defense has stayed locking up, and that was a bizarrely short punt. Nick is going to get the chance to return this, and this might have a shot to turn into something. Just had one guy to beat. We're going to get it out to around the 50. And offense goes and gets it done. The team's looking pretty good all of a sudden. I still don't know if we're quite a playoff caliber team, but if they put us up in the bracket, you never know what might happen, as we had lockdown coverage on 3rd down. And dude, Memphis must just actually have the most trash punter in the world. I don't know why these kicks are going so short, but it's making the return game pretty weird. Just like that, we got another blowout on our hands. And for some reason, Memphis is still just running the ball. Very lame. Nick has been pretty quiet since the start of this one. Hasn't seen a lot of targets with the way Memphis plays offense. Sometimes when I'm doing commentary, I kind of sell with my gameplay, but we're gonna lurk this up here, and Nick will pick off the corner route, making up for that last play in style. Yes, sir. I love that Nick doesn't just get picks on the streak routes either. He is all over the field covering everything. Led the team in tackles in this one, surprisingly, and ended up with 2 picks. Pick 6 really cracked this game open strong. So checking out the top 25 polls here, is there any group of 5 team ranked ahead of us? Okay, San Jose State. I feel like they're gonna lose before the season's over. We might have a very real shot at the playoffs. Still no Nick on the Heisman watch, sadly. After those last 2 games, I feel like this team has a ton of momentum. We're taking on a 3-6 North Texas team this week. At this point, we cannot take anybody lightly, but North Texas quarterback is trying Nick already, you idiot. We had that tough route strapped up, and Nick is gonna start this game flexing the 2-lane turnover chain in the rain. Let's go. Unfortunately, our offense turns the ball over, but no worries. Nick is going to bait up again, this time in the flats, and this time it'll go back for a pick six. This quarterback is surprisingly fast, but can't hawk down Nick Sabaka, and he's going to hit the Heisman pose. I believe that's his 17th pick on the season. The boy is putting the team on his back to start this game, but North Texas is going to get something going on offense. Their quarterback not looking scared to throw the ball despite already throwing 2 picks. Unfortunately, Nick got a little dinged up, so he had to come off the field for a lot of the second and third quarter. First time wear and tear has come into play for him this year, and has absolutely nowhere to go on the punt return as usual. But offense scoring to keep the mean green in an arm's length, and we're going to stop them short on third down. So North Texas is going to have a do or die 4th and inches. Let's see what we got here. Looks like a toss, and our boys aren't able to get out there. The mean green stay alive. But here on first down, they're going with a pass play, and they're just going to chuck this up. This ball will get deflected around, and one of Nick's teammates gets the interception to hopefully seal this game up. That was Tillery on the interception, and now we can just try to get another interception before getting up out of here. They're going Hail Mary, and I'm going to bait this up. We have nothing to lose. Nick is going to go up for that and can't quite make the catch, but we swatted away, and that's all good. We get the dub, and Nick finishes the day with 2 picks. Despite missing a lot of the game, he was second on the team in tackles and continues to rack up those pick numbers. So next up, we're taking on Navy, which is kind of gross, and oh my god, they're passing the ball here, and their quarterback just runs out of the back of the end zone. What is going on here? It definitely doesn't seem like this game's going to be much of a struggle, and Navy's going to go with a little corner route here. Nick is all over that and picks it off, timed it perfectly. I was worried we wouldn't be able to get a pick against the midshipmen, but the turnover chain is going to make an appearance. So we head to the second half. I'm not going to show a whole lot of this because playing cornerback against the Flexbone is pretty boring, believe it or not. I'm just glad Nick got his pick when he had the chance. That turned out to be closer than it should have been, but we rack up another dub and Nick racks up another pick. And after the dub, the Wave are up to number 11. We might just be 2 games away from the playoffs, and Nick only needs 2 more picks to get to 20 on the season. If he goes crazy in the last few games and we go to the playoffs, 29 in his freshman year could be attainable. Charlotte's staying in between this team and the college football playoffs, but Nick is not trying to let a loss happen in this one, starting it out with a nice return down the sidelines. Charlotte is a potential trap game though. They're pretty solid, already have bowl eligibility, and you never know what could happen, dude. I mean, obviously we lost to Temple just a few weeks ago, and man, I was trying to bait up that curl route. He's got to throw that my way. One of these days, boys, I'm gonna figure out how to pick that off every time on this game. But for now, Charlotte is gonna score the first touchdown of this one. Thankfully, offense answers right back, and I got cooked up on that route, but this time we're gonna be able to hold them to a field goal. A little bit of luck there to help the boys out. I'm trying to get it shaken on the return, hitting the juke move, but going outside is just not the way on those. And offense went ahead and turned the ball over. We might be in serious trouble in this one. Defense is gonna have to be more consistent, and our run D is just nowhere to be found. That's easy cash for Charlotte. A 2-score deficit at home is not playoff team behavior, but hey, on this return, we've actually got the best blocking of the year, and Nick might have a shot. He's gonna tightrope down the sideline, and a guy's got an angle on him. He just has to outrun 44, and he can't quite do it going down at the 11. And sadly, offense only turns that into a field goal. Would have been really nice for sure if I could have cribbed that, but thankfully we finally get a stop on defense. Nick's gonna get a shot at a return, but that's not really a shot because nobody blocked. And offense just punts it back. We need a Nick Sabaka pick here, but this quarterback just refusing to go his way right now. And on this play, his man is gonna run a little in route. Right when I say that, he comes Nick's way, and we're just a second late on the break. Can't even get the break up. That's a play that the best cornerback in the country has got to make, but we'll get a nice little sack on first down. We know they're passing. This is where we absolutely have to bait something up. And oh my god, dude, Nick's getting fried by this damn Charlotte receiver. What's going on? I was playing way too far off there to play the curl, but here on first down, they're gonna go back to it, and Nick's teammate is gonna play it. This is gonna be the pick we needed, and dude gets deep into Charlotte territory. That boy Tillery has been coming through lately. Now it's time for Nick to try to get his, but he gets cooked up again on the zig route. Dude, he's just a half-second slow today, and Charlotte's running right his way. He's getting blocked to the inside, and things are not looking good in the third quarter. The worst part is Nick has had opportunities. He's just been selling, not coming through when his team needs him. Gotta find redemption here or the playoff hopes are gonna be dead, and Nick is able to get up in there on third down. We need a kick return touchdown right here. Nick's been close today, and it looked like a hole was about to open, but it closed up pretty quick. Okay, offense got a touchdown. All we need is a stop on this 3rd and 9, but they're going the other way, and man, we head to the 4th quarter down 6. I don't know how long Charlotte's gonna keep passing the ball, but they're gonna go to it here, and I'm trying to bait that up. Instead, we get the sack. Okay, huge play. I'm watching for the go route, and you know we gotta bait that up. He is gonna come Nick's way, and Nick, okay, I thought he got beat. So turned out to be an overthrow. I feel like if I ran a little bit harder, we maybe could have got to that. But regardless, we're going to get the ball. Time running down near 2 minutes. They are going to go play action pass. I wasn't expecting that at all. And they serve us up with a first down. Good thing I wasn't in man. Well, now I feel like we got to stay honest on defense. And this time they're just going to go right up the middle. It's going to come down to a 3rd and 1. And oh my God, they're going play action again. And Nick's man got cooked, but another overthrow. And now Nick has a shot for a game-winning punt return. Looks like he's actually got pretty decent blockers. Nick's going to bust it to the right, but oh man, gets caught easily. And offense goes down and gets it done. Defense has got a nut up here, man. Charlotte can win it with a field goal. And Nick's man's running a little corner route here. I see that. I'm trying to bait it up, trying to make it look open, but the Charlotte quarterback's just going to take off and he will have to slide down in front of Nick. Okay, I mean, honestly, they're already kind of close to field goal range. And going to the other side, we can't get the breakup, and now they're at the 39. Not good at all, boys. Not good. Gotta strap up here, but they're going to the drag. Nick was playing too far outside and up, and that's the play that's going to get him into field goal range. Man, we'll see what Charlotte's play is here. Looks like they are just going to run a little triple option, and oh my God, what is going on? The quarterback must have our money line because he decided to just chuck it across the field. Would have been an easy field goal situation for Charlotte. Instead, this is going to be a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Somehow we get out of there with a dub, and the Tulane Green Wave might be headed to the playoffs. We still got the conference championship. Nick had a bad day, man. It sucks because he was having such good momentum, but every time they came his way, he was just a little bit off. All right, boys, conference championship. We're taking on UAB, another 6-6 team. Hopefully this game isn't as hard, but here on second down, our quarterback gets absolutely crossed up, and this is going to be a huge gain. He can't make the tackle either, so UAB is already going to have it deep in our territory. Now they're going play action and a long developing slant route. This dude has a year in the pocket and Nick's on it, but he floats it perfectly over his head. That was a pick if he just bolted it. Instead, it's going to be a touchdown and not a good look for Nick on the first drive. I usually lag just a little bit behind those routes for baiting purposes. I think I overdid it just a little bit there, and ooh, I thought we were about to be out of there with the spin. Okay, thankfully offense puts up 7, and here we're in the cover 2. UNLV's going over top, and oh my gosh, dude, they scorch our defense. These Blazers receivers are apparently nuts, and they're going to reclaim the lead. Okay, well, that was not how I expected to start this game, but the UAB quarterback's going to go up to Nick here on the corner route, and we've been eating on these lately. Come on, Nick, let's take the back to the house. Gotta hit a little inside move, and Nick will get up out of there for the pick 6. Much needed for this team. All right, boys, I think it's safe to say I figured out the corner route in this game. We still got a lot of work to do, though. Still a tie ball game. The picks are great, but the most important thing here is getting the dub, as UAB's quarterback's just going to sail down on 4th down. All right, how about a nice little punt return here? Give me a little bit of blocks. We are hardly going to get anything, but Nick might have a shot. Dude, he cuts it back inside and came pretty close to finding a lane. He will get tackled eventually. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm trying to get me another pick, and oh man, they hit us with the curl. Nick's able to make the tackle. That's the one I got to figure out next. It's just so hard because I feel like I'm always focused on playing the streak. I never focus intently enough on the wide receiver's body language. And here on 3rd down, I'm desperately trying to bait up the flat route. He's not going to throw it, but we'll get a shot at a punt return. I like the way this defense is looking after a rocky start. Unfortunately, this time Nick isn't quite going to be able to escape from that. That's going to go ahead and take us to halftime, as Nick's getting it out of the end zone here, and once again trying to create some kind of hole, but we can't do it. I feel like we need another pick from Nick to go get this dub. UAB is definitely a little tougher than advertised, and just like that, they're threatening down near the goal line. We've had a little bit of trouble with the running game. Big 3rd and 6, and looks like they're going with curls. Nick is trying to cover everything up, and they throw it out of the end zone. Okay, I guess we'll take a tie ball game. Unfortunately, offense went 3 and out, so we're not really in a good spot at all here. I don't want to put this game in their hands, but someone needs to make a play, and they're just not coming Nick's way. Okay, we are going to have a 3rd down. Absolutely need to get this stop, and oh man, they're running right to Nick. We were on that, but dude somehow spun us out. So unless Nick can return this, it's going to be up to the offense. If there ever was a time to cook Nick, let's see it. We will cut it to the outside, and oh man, couldn't quite get around. Unfortunately, they're not able to do it, and UAB's going to be able to kneel it out. Just like that, the Waves playoff dreams have died. Nick did his best, honestly played a really solid game, man. man, had a pick six. Like, offense just wasn't quite it today. Defense wasn't amazing either. Overall, we just didn't look like a playoff team. So we head into bowl season as Drew Aller wins the Heisman. The touchdown to interception ratios the CPU puts up in this game are crazy. And Nick Sabaka, of course, wins best defensive player. Well deserved, man. 19 interceptions and 8 touchdowns. And shockingly, he also wins best special teams returner, even though I felt like he barely did anything. And it's not over yet, boys. We do actually have a solid bowl game against Stanford. All right, boys. Well, the good news is we get 10 picks today, and Nick will have already broken the all-time interception record. I feel like the game has not been giving us a lot of easy picks lately. And oh my god, Nick just accidentally hit-sticked his own teammate. Just tackling on this camera angle is so weird. And I'm trying like hell to bait up that in route. Quarterback's eventually going to take a sack. He had all day in the pocket. So 3rd and 22. Let's see what we got. I'm looking and hoping for a streak, and I think that's what we're going to get. I'm trying to give him cushion, but they won't throw it right now. And this is bizarre. They're going to punt from a 32. This would literally be a 49-yard field goal straight on. And man, offense has just been struggling big time as we almost got a little safety there. Couldn't quite get him in the end zone. Stanford's actually running the clock a little bit here, but going to the fade route, and our slot corner got absolutely murdered. This is going to be a bank call from Stanford, like 95 plus yards. That's crazy. This bowl game's just not going how we pictured. And let's see, I feel like I have that baited up pretty well, but once again, they just don't want to throw it. My god, though, they're going to go for it on 4th and 8. They are going to take another shot. We have help over top, still almost in there to try to get the pick. And offense has a chance. This time they will score. Okay, now we're just blitzing, and Stanford going back to the run is going to fumble the ball, and we fall on it. Okay, so offense has a chance to tie it up. Nope, never mind, they punted the ball. Stanford's actually going 5 wide here though, and coming Nick's way. Oh man, he's almost able to get the hand in there. At least we break it up. Damn, dude, a pick six would have been crazy. And they're gonna go right back to him here on the deep route. He's step for step, but I think I pressed Y a little bit too early, and they get it over Nick's head. That is brutal. I don't know how that happened. I thought I was on him all the way, but a bad look for Nick. That might be how we end the season. I mean, getting beat on that play is just inexcusable. If you're the best cornerback in the country, you got to come down with that. But the fact of the matter is, Nick is a freshman, and he broke the NCAA interception record by a mile. I mean, that's nothing to laugh at. Had a great season, including 8 touchdowns. My guess is we're shooting for well over 20, maybe 25 next year. So y'all have to stay tuned for that. Be sure to drop a like and comment. Have a good one. Peace. After shocking the nation by committing to Tulane as one of the top-ranked recruits in the country, Nick Sabaka Jr. had the best freshman season in college football history. He showed that he has potential to be just as good as his father, catching 19 interceptions and almost taking Tulane to the college football playoffs. Nick Jr. had planned to stay at Tulane for at least his sophomore season, but then something happened that changed everything. The best safety in NFL history, Nick's older brother Ziggy Sabaka, was diagnosed with early onset CTE after sustaining dozens of undiagnosed concussions and had to medically retire from football. Ziggy wound up as a defensive backs coach at Iowa, and Nick Jr. immediately made the decision to go join him. So Nick will be playing his sophomore year for the Iowa Hawkeyes, trying to lead them to a Big Ten title and win the Heisman Trophy. His goal is to catch 30 or more picks this year, and if he doesn't do it, I'll be sending everybody who likes this video a brand new 2024 Porsche 911. Let's go ahead and get right into it. It is time for Nick Sabaka's first game as an Iowa Hawkeye. He's starting it out playing cover 2 and lurking up the flat route. One of Nick's first snap on the field is gonna be a pick six. He struts into the end zone, and Kinnick Stadium is going nuts. I want this to be nothing short of the greatest season in college football history, and not just on defense. We're gonna do it with the kick returns too. Nick gets up out of there, and there is nobody in the country that can catch him. Definitely nobody on this Northern Illinois team. He is gonna take it to the crib for his second touchdown of the day. Give this man the Heisman right now. Actually having guys to block on the kick returns is nice, as Nick coming downfield here, laying the hit in the backfield. Now he's gonna get a chance at a punt return and actually has tons of space here. We'll see if we can get to the outside. Not quite this time. Can't say this Iowa offense has done a whole lot so far, but defense has been phenomenal. It seems like Nick has definitely improved his run support skills, as we are now just beating the brakes off of NIU. Even though NIU's down by a lot, they've still been stubborn about running the ball, and we're gonna get a shot at a punt return here. This time the blocking sets up perfectly, and man, these NIU boys are slow. Nick is gonna take this to the crib, high stepping into the end zone for the 3rd time today. This is about as good of an opening game as we could have asked for. I'm just trying to get some more picks now. And as a reminder, this is of course on Heisman difficulty. We gotta do it, boys. We gotta do it. We're in man coverage here, lurking up the out route again. Give me that, and this is gonna go back to the house too. This game is really resistant to putting DBs on the Heisman watch, but after this game, boys, after this game with 4 touchdowns, you gotta think that Nick's gonna be on there. But wait a minute, the game is not over yet, and Northern Illinois says, you know what, let's run that exact same play. Let's give it to Nick again, and this is gonna give us 55 points on the day. This time we're gonna start high stepping at the 10-yard line. I think it's safe to say Iowa fans are probably pretty happy with the investment their program made in Nick. Boy ended up having 8 tackles on the day, 1 tackle for loss, 3 interceptions, all of them of course going back to the house. Touchdown in the kick return game as well as the punt return game. Nick is of course going to get National Defensive Player of the Week after that. And the Heisman watch people said, you know what, we're not impressed. We're just going to have to keep proving it on the field, as we got Kinnick Stadium striped out for a game against Iowa State. This is going to be the real test for Nick. Can he ball out in the in-state rivalry game? And it looks like it. He'll get a pick in the second quarter, continuing his hot streak, and this is going to put offense in excellent position to take a big lead. Unfortunately, offense gets nothing out of it, but that's okay, offense. Nick can do it himself. He's going to snatch another streak out of the sky, and taking this back, all we got to do is fake like we're going inside and then cut it out. Nick will dive into the end zone, and after this, like, how could he not be on the Heisman watch? He's single-handedly carrying this team. We're not done yet though. I want to see more, and man, these out routes are so easy to bait up. I was not expecting to get this many touchdowns this season, especially against good competition like Iowa State. 3 picks in the first half is nuts. This game has been beautiful so far, but Nick trying to bait up the curl route here, and Iowa State has a fade ball wide open. They cooked our cover 1, and that one could get the Cyclones back in this thing. Offense gets a big answer with the field goal though, as Nick gets targeted on the slant and kind of gets punked by the wide receiver. Can't fall asleep at the wheel here. Got to keep playing lockdown coverage, and Nick definitely did that on first down. This quarterback's got to be a little bit gun shy at this point, or maybe not. I thought he was done throwing that vert to Nick. I guess the boy did not learn his lesson. This time we won't quite be able to get the pick 6, but still, man, 4th pick on the day. Nick looks a lot more athletic this season. The fact that we're blowing out an actual like good overall team in Iowa State is a really good sign for the rest of this season. If Nick can keep doing this all season, dude, we are definitely going to be headed to the college football playoffs. I've figured out a little bit something with the controls at cornerback that should just make Nick absolutely unstoppable, and that's really Iowa State's read there. That is going to wrap this one up. I was low-key hoping for another pick, but we end up winning the Cy-Hawk trophy, and Nick was just lights out, dude. 4 picks, only gave up 1 completion, and how many touchdowns we have today? 2. We'll see if Nick continues to look like a golden god against Wisconsin here in the Big Ten opener, or maybe the way that Nick's been playing in the last couple of games is just the way that he's gonna play for the entire season, and it's kind of looking like it right now, man. He gets the pick on the fade ball, got a little bit behind that, but quickly made up the room. So we head into the second quarter. Hawk fans are waving to the Children's Hospital. The Iowa boys are looking quite good so far, and man, they're coming right back to Nick here on the post route. What are you doing, bro? We'll take that. Not quite able to get up out of there for the pick 6 that time, but that is already Nick's 10th interception on the season. This game looks like it could turn into a blowout, as we've got a shot at a safety here. I'm just gonna straight up blitz Nick and see what happens, as Wisconsin's gonna run the ball, and oh man, I was right there. I did not angle that correctly. A forced safety would have been a nice stat to have, and we were almost there for the bubble screen. I saw it just a split second late, and Wisconsin is able to get out of the shadow of their own end zone, but here on third down, they're going to the other side of the field, and that side is locked down as well. I should say, dude, not just Nick, but his teammates have been really good, but Wisconsin is gonna drill a freaking 56 or 7-yard field goal. My god. The Badgers are gonna have to start moving a little faster to get back in this thing though, and our guys continue to make plays all over the field to knock out passes. This is a Phil Parker coach defense after all, but okay, right when I say that, we get scorched over top. We are thankfully able to run that guy down. If he was 99 speed or something, we would have been in trouble, but as it is, a lot more time's gonna run off the clock, and looked like they were trying to set up a bubble screen there. We were all over it, and there's a flag on the play. My guess is this is an illegal man downfield or something, and yeah, this one is coming back, and more time just running off the clock as we're baiting up the streak there, but dude threw that at the perfect time, and for the first time this season, Nick gets cooked up. We got a little bit too excited. This game should hopefully be over anyways, as I am just desperately trying to bait up this curl route. We ended up going for the quarterback and he just throws it out of bounds. So we'll have 4th and 11 for the game. Looks like Wisconsin's just going with bunch verticals and trying Nick. He was in the cloud flat, but lurks up the deep ball. One of the nicest picks of his career, man. He just played that perfectly, and that's going to seal up the game. I really thought that Nick was about to come back down to earth. Instead, he catches another 4 interceptions. He's going nuts. Still not number 1 on the Heisman watch, though. Come on. In game number 4 of the season, Nick and the boys are going to take on an unranked Ohio State team. The Iowa boys are up to number 14 in the country. We'll see what we're up against today as Nick almost skirted up out of there. Offense got us started with a field goal, but Ohio State starting it out with a tricky play action, and they're going to get deep into our territory just like that. Nick is going to have to go crazy today for us to win this game, but hey, we get a sack there, so it'll be a big time 3rd and 7 from the 22. As Nick's man runs a curl, we're trying to bait that, but they're just going to hit the corner route. Okay, Ohio State's offense is tough. They're going to run it in for an easy touchdown, and our own offense is going to have more of a burden today for sure. It would be nice if Nick could do something in the kick return game, but he has been very quiet since game number 1. It's a lot harder against teams that actually have speed. Offense unfortunately turned the ball over, and now we're really in trouble. Ohio State going to take a 2-score lead on us. Thankfully, offense went down and got a touchdown. That is a huge response, especially after a turnover, but now defense needs to respond. The going has really been rough against a more talented team. Ohio State's basically just getting whatever they want. A goal line stop would be great here. Come on, man. On 3rd and 1, they are just going to run it to our side, and we can't get off the block. I don't know if we can stop these boys. It looks like we're getting the wake-up call I've been expecting. We're going to head into half down by 2 scores. All right, Nick, if you are really the Heisman, you're going to catch a pick 6 here. It's hard even when he's baiting so hard against a 99 speed wide receiver, the ball's not coming his way at all. Our defense is getting exposed across the board in this game, and Nick bit down here in the deep zone, but is able to recover, and there's the big pick we needed. This is not going to be a big pick 6, but that's still huge. Offense has to go and do something now. Unfortunately, they're not able to do so, and time is starting to run out for a comeback. Nick trying to force the fumble. At this point, we're going to have to bait stuff up hard, and oh no, dude, this is the one guy we cannot bait. Nick Harbor is 99 speed, and Nick is going to get toasted. It is not every day you see our guy get outsped, and that might do it for this game. This defense has just been shockingly terrible today. We'll see if we can get a stop on 3rd and 13, and thankfully we can. Okay, if offense can score on this drive, we might just be able to get back in it. Unfortunately, Nick has nowhere to go, and man, this offense might actually have some juice. We have at least got a chance to stay in this game. Defense has just got to clutch up here, and unfortunately on 2nd down, Ohio State's just going to be able to run for it. We have to find some way to stop this running game, and I thought they were going bubble right at Nick there. Instead, they just handed off. Come on, boys, we can do it. One stop. They're going to go to the other side, and oh my god, that was almost a pick. All right, 3rd and 6. This could be it. Ohio State's got a man in motion. I am watching for the screen. Instead, they're going to go to the curl, and Deshaun Lee is going to pick it off. Nick's teammate is the one who comes up clutch. Let's see if offense can do it. They've got a 3rd and 7, and they threw a pick. Can't hate on offense, though. They've kept us in this game, as Ohio State is just chewing clock at this point. We are going to have a 3rd and 1, and the Buckeyes are actually going to oh no, they're just doing an RPO. Dang it, dude. I thought I saw a screen. We are going to have a 3rd and 10 here. This will be the game for sure, and Ohio State is actually going to pass it. Looks like they're going to take a deep shot. Just need our guy to shut it down, but Harbor is going to catch it. You gotta be kidding me, dude. And sadly, we're going to take our first loss of the season. Nick had a big pick, but got burnt when we desperately needed to stop. This is going to hurt his Heisman hopes for sure. The good news is they still got us ranked number 20, and Nick still has a Heisman to win. He's going to start this out with a pick. I don't know why dude just tried to dump it to the flats with Nick right there, but all is right in the world again. Nick is going to take it to the house. There's nobody anywhere near him. I'm hoping for one of those 4-pick days today, but covering up the middle here, Louisiana is going to hit the zig route, and nobody has an angle on this guy. This is going to turn into a touchdown for the Raging Cajuns, and they're right back in this thing. And offense goes 3 now. This might not be a blowout after all, but they're going up top here to Nick. He's beat a little bit, but he's going to recover and make the pick in traffic. And dude, Nick has some space to work. This is one of those teams that does not have a lot of speed to catch up to him. All he has to do is angle himself inside, cut back out, and it's going to be his 2nd pick 6 of the day, 92 yards to the crib. Last game might have been rough, but everyone has an off game sometimes. I'm glad we're getting back on course here. Louisiana is putting a little bit of a drive together though, and going to the end zone here. Somehow we got cooked up. If it weren't for the turnovers, this offense isn't too bad. Given what Nick's done so far today, it's absolutely crazy that this is a 3 3-point game. Offense has got to get their stuff together here. And thankfully, they do go get a quick touchdown. As, man, I just can't bait up that hitch route, dude. All right, let's get the return game cooking a little bit. Unfortunately, Nick has absolutely no room to do that. Heading into the fourth quarter, this one's looking a little bit dicey, and they're going to cook up our cover 2 on the corner route. Louisiana just keeps producing big plays in the passing game, and this one's going to the crib. Suddenly, Louisiana has a chance to take the lead. Thankfully, on second down, we're able to get a sack, and here on third down, I'm trying to lurk something up. We're baiting up the streak route, and Nick is going to get his third pick of the day. Let's go. Offense, you better go punch this thing in. Nope, instead they just kick a field goal. But we've got beautiful coverage here on second down. Nothing is open, and the quarterback's going to go down in the backfield. All right, so 3rd and 23. Don't give this up, boys. Come on. Got to be watching for the deep ball here. It looks like it's just 4 verts, and we're going to hit home again. It'll be 4th and 30. And wow, they're going to go for this with 2 minutes left. I honestly think it would make way more sense to just punt it here, but instead they're going right to Nick Sabatka, and I didn't play that perfectly, but Lutmer's going to get the pick, and that should hopefully seal this thing up. Offense gets a touchdown. We still got time for pick number 4 too, but on 4th down, they're trying to go to the corner, and that is just going to get knocked away. Okay, so closer than we'd hoped for sure, but we get the dub. Nick had a great day with 3 picks, should have been 4, and he took 2 of those back to the crib. How about another National Player of the Week, as now Nick is atop the Heisman watch. And hey, we're back up to number 14 in the rankings. Taking on Washington next. I think this is our first away game of the season. Offense thankfully started it out with a touchdown. And here on defense, Nick is gonna start it out with a pick, dude. Why do they keep trying him on these deep balls? Not a lot of room to run, but he's gonna take it down to the 30. What a start. After a few close ones, I would be pretty happy to just have a straight up blowout. But Washington's driving it here. Need a stop on 3rd and 6 as the camera angle just turned disgusting, and they are gonna get a touchdown. And offense does nothing on the next drive, but Nick laying a nice little hit on 1st down. When he has gotten the chance to square someone up, he has done so emphatically. I'm just waiting on his first forced fumble. Okay, 3rd and 3 here. Come on, boys. Washington is just going to go with a read option, and Nick couldn't get to the outside quick enough. We do end up getting the tackle. And here on 1st down, they're going with a little end around coming right to Nick. I was worried we weren't going to make that tackle. All right, number 2 racking up some tackle stats and trying to bait up the corner here. Oh, boys, we were on it. I don't know why I couldn't get a good reaction. On another 3rd and 1 here, Washington is going to go to the air. We were in man press, but Nick is able to just swat that ball away. And man, the CPU just loves these conservative punts around the 40. Nick is going to get a little bit of room, had some trouble getting around his blocker, and we will only get this out to the 20. And man, offense really struggling after a hot start. And here on 2nd down, I'm waiting on the corner route, but he's just going to take the curl. We're going to get a pick on that eventually. We got Washington a 3rd and short again, but they're just going to go to the other side. Okay, 25 seconds is not a lot of time. Trying to bait up the corner again, and once again, just a little bit under it. I can't quite get it right. So Washington ends up tying it up with a field goal. We're going to go into halftime 10-10. We straight up just need another pick from Nick. As on 3rd and 6 here, Washington's going over the middle. Thankfully, we knocked that out. Okay, it has been a minute since we did something in the return game, and it's going to be another minute because dude kicked that nowhere. As offense gets nothing out of great field position. I don't know what their deal is right now, but we're in trouble. All right, boys, need to make a play here. Washington's in an empty bunch situation, and I'm watching out for the corner routes. Instead, they'll just dump it off to the other side and pick up the first. The frustrations just will not stop in this game. And going back to the air here, they just hit the flat, and our dude misses a tackle. The Huskies are on a 17-point unanswered run. Okay, thankfully, offense finally gets a touchdown. You're going to have to come up with a big stop on defense here, and Nick got beat, but forces the fumble. The first of his career is a huge one, and Keeter picks it up to get us to the 25. This is where this defense has got to clutch up. 1st and goal. This looks like it could be some kind of Z spot. No, they just go the drag. The time running down. 2nd and goal. We got to watch out for the flats, and they get us. I got caught way too far inside, and Washington ties it up. So offense is going to have a minute and a half to win it, unless Nick can take this to the crib, which he sadly is not able to do. And offense did not get the job done. They're going to leave Washington 30 seconds, and it looks like we might just be headed to overtime, boys. All right, Nick's first overtime game in the Big Ten. All right, I'm expecting a run here, but you never know. Looks like the Huskies are going to pass it on 3rd and 1, and is that going to be short? It's going to be an inch short, it looks like. But somehow offense gets nothing. Washington is going to upset us. Man, that was tough. Nick came up with big plays, had a pick 6 and a forced fumble, but offense just straight up wasn't good today. day, and now we might have to run the table. After the devastating overtime loss, we're taking on Illinois, and Nick is trying to cover up the corner route here, but Illinois hits us on the other side for the touchdown. The offense can't do anything on the following drive, but Nick baiting up the out route, and this is going to be a pick six, just what this team needed. Nick will start his high step at the 10-yard line. It's a 53-yard pick six. All right, that puts us in a much better spot here with time ticking down in the second quarter. Illinois going to go up top, and we were pressed up on the other side. The Illini scorching our defensive backfield for some reason. Let's see if we can get a little kick return going here to start the second half. Things are not looking good, and I thought we had a lane, but we can't quite get out of there. We're going to need another pick soon, and Illinois running curls here. Nick tried to bait it up, but couldn't quite get in there. And at this point, we're pretty much screwed unless we get a pick six. Illinois will take a sack, but with a field goal, they might put this game out of reach. Something's got to happen soon, and Illinois going with a slant. Nick lays down a big hit and forces the fumble, his second of the season, but Illinois picks it up. Absolutely brutal break, and Illinois going for this 4th and 5. We have this jumped, but once again, a missed opportunity. That definitely could have been a pick six, and that is going to kill our chances to win this game. We'll take another brutal loss. I was not expecting Illinois to do us like that, as Nick had the pick six, but once again, just some missed opportunities that hurt us bad. We need a bounce back game today against Purdue, and I'm not trying to have another one pick day. Let's go get it. Nick baits that up a lot. Honestly, a dangerous amount, and he's going to try to scamper down the sideline here, able to beat the slow fat lineman, but this isn't quite going to be a crib call. Some wide receiver runs us down. Offense punches it in though. A great start to this game for sure. Man, they got to throw me a pick on that Crowe route one time. Looks like this is a play action pass, and we just swatted away. Thought that was maybe coming Nick's way, as matched up against the receiver who tracked him down here. That dude's probably pretty fast, but we just go in for the hit on the running back. Big 3rd and 7 here. Purdue is gonna just go over the middle way too easy. Not a fan of how Purdue's moving the ball on us here, and my god, where are our linebackers? Those boys must be getting blocked terrible. Purdue's down to the goal line just like that, and their running back is gonna walk in. This one's gonna be tough if offense doesn't get its act together, and y'all see how hard I'm working to bait up this damn curl route. Why can he never throw it? All right, 3rd and 22. I'm looking for a fade ball here, and let's see, did I bait it up too much? No, he's just gonna go over the middle, and dude is going to get an inch away from the first. So we'll have 4th and inches. Nick is coming on the blitz here, but he's gonna drop back into coverage, and the Purdue quarterback just finds a guy. I swear to god, the CPU cranked up the difficulty on us or something, because suddenly getting stops on defense feels nearly impossible. With just 40 seconds left in the half, offense has yet to score. We got great field position here though. I'm hoping Nick can get a little punt return game going. He hasn't cooked on one of these in a minute, and once again the coverage is just not there. Offense punted the ball so fast, there's still time left on the clock, and I'm trying to get a safety here. Purdue is running the ball, and they'll get it out to the 5. Thankfully, offense comes out of half with a touchdown at last, and Purdue throws the ball off of our linebacker's head. All right, well, 3rd and 10 here, trying desperately to bait up that deep ball. Purdue is just gonna go over the middle. Quarterback literally had all day, and Nick tries to lay down the big hit. Plain and simply, the boys on the other side of the field just can't guard a soul. I don't know if we can keep running man coverage. Thing is, man coverage is where we get a lot of our picks. The cover 2, really all we can do is just bait up the flats. We'll try a little cover 6 here on 3rd and 5, but they pick that apart too. Gotta try to find something here on 1st and goal, and they're going with a screen to Nick's guy. The quarterback doesn't throw it though. He just tries to scramble. That'll at least put us in better position to get a stop, as on 3rd down, for some reason, Purdue just runs the ball, and they miss the field goal, and offense goes and gets a touchdown. This one's starting to look a little bit more promising, and look at that just strap up coverage from Nick, step for step on the receiver. We just got to hold it down for 3 minutes out here, but Purdue's starting to put together a drive. We're going to have a huge 3rd and 5 here, as they're just going with a hitch route to Nick's side, but they throw it over the middle, and Purdue ties up the game. It'll be up to our offense, and they are able to get a field goal. Okay, so here we go, boys. 49 seconds on the clock, and on the first play, our corner on the other side is going to get scorched. That's not a good start. I don't normally run cover 3. We are going to try it here, and they'll just dump it off short of the sticks. What are you doing, Purdue? Ton of time going to run off the clock after that, and on 3rd down, they are coming Nick's way. Oh my god, dude, we were on it, but I got turned around somehow. I didn't strafe off correctly, and Purdue gets possibly the game-winning touchdown over Nick. Unbelievable, dude. There's 21 seconds left on the clock, and Nick is not able to do anything with the return, but offense somehow got a touchdown. Nick is going to to get absolutely bailed out as the Hail Mary for Purdue isn't going anywhere. Man, that was one of the roughest moments of the season. I'm glad that it didn't end up costing us, but it could cost Nick the Heisman. He played okay outside of that rough play, had the one interception obviously, but man, that just can't happen in that situation. After that close dub, they've got us back in the rankings for some reason, and this is going to be a chance to jump up. Beating number 8 Michigan on the road could put this team back in the playoff picture, but this is probably going to be a very difficult game. Nick's going to need to go off in this one, and he needs his teammates to step up. Right now they're getting cooked up all down the field, and on 1st and goal there is nobody up the middle. Nick should not be the only guy close to tackling the running back on that, and Michigan takes an easy lead. Offense was able to pin Michigan on the 1. Hopefully we can at least get some good field position out of this. Big opportunity here on 3rd and 8 to do something, and the Wolverines are just going to run it again. So Nick has great field position to try to get a return together, and actually has pretty good blocking for once as well. He's going to try to steer up out of there but can't quite do it, and offense is able to turn that into a touchdown. Big time 3rd down here. Michigan's going to send a guy in motion, and man, I was trying to bait that up. Instead they go to the other side, and Davis, Nick's boy who's gotten torched constantly this season, gets a big pick. Offense is not able to do anything with that though. We just got to keep finding ways to get stops, and now we got another 3rd down. Watching for a hitch route or something, they're just going to go slant, and this time the other side of the field is just wide open. We ended the 2-minute warning in a rough spot, but looks like we've got great coverage across the board here, and the Michigan quarterback takes a 14-yard sack. All right, that's a big play. We got 2nd and 24, and they tried to hit the seam, but it's overthrown. All right, defense, let's keep on standing up. Sitting back in a cover 3 here. Michigan's trying to bomb us, but we're going to get in first. Just like that, it's 4th and 32. Defense picked a good time to play one of its best games of the season, and hey, nice little block there from number 7. Nick will at least have a little bit of room and get this offense out to the 35. I think it's possible we might have gotten our only score of the day from offense. Michigan's got a shot to score before halftime, but Nick is going to bait up the streak route and finally come up with his first pick of the game. I was really hoping that we'd be able to crib that thing. So we're able to come out of halftime unscathed and tied up with the Wolverines, as Nick trying to sneak through a hole there. He'll get us to the 27. We need to try to get a pick when we've got good field position like this, but Michigan just continuing to run the ball almost every down. On 3rd and 1, I am considering selling out for the run, as they are just going to go to the outside, and that's where Nick was supposed to be. Don't think a run commit would have helped there anyways. The Wolverines are just having their way with us on the ground. They send a guy in motion, and looks like this is going to be an out route, but Nick wasn't quite on it, dude. I baited it up way too much. So 4th and inches. My guess is they're just running it right up the middle here, and that is what we're going to get. I run committed, but it didn't hit. Big missed opportunity for Nick. Michigan is going to go with a pass here, but once again just hitting the other side for an easy gain, and Nick's composure is low here. He's made a mistake, and the defense around him is struggling too. Michigan just death marched the hell out of that drive, 90 yards for a touchdown. That was brutal. But offense finally gets another touchdown. Defense has got to respond here, and we got to take advantage when we got him to 3rd down. They'll go to the air here and testing Nick on the curl route. I tried to knock it out but couldn't. Nick gets beat twice on critical 3rd downs. He's gonna need to make some magic to make up for it, as now Michigan is rumbling. We missed our shot, dude. At this point, I don't see any reason the Wolverines would pass the ball, and Nick trying to lay the lumber there. A forced fumble would have been beautiful. On 1st and 10, Michigan is gonna go up the middle again, and we had a run blitz. I literally run committed middle. How is there nobody there? And offense, unfortunately, not able to get the job done. At this point, it's gonna take a miracle. Michigan's chewing clock. Nick is gonna try to shoot past the line of scrimmage, and actually does get the tackle for loss. Gotta hope that they decide to pass it here for some reason, and oh my god, they actually will. We gotta bait this up, and they're gonna come Nick's way. Bro, I suck. I baited it up too much. We had to try it though. Despite the pick today, it has been honestly another rough game for Nick. It looks like our hopes of making a playoff really are gonna die today. A disappointing performance from Nick. He had 11 tackles and a pick, but it wasn't enough, dude. We needed to make plays on those 3rd downs, and the kick return game has vanished since those first few games. Despite the rough day though, Nick remains atop the Heisman watch. To be fair, he is having one of the best seasons we've seen in college football history. Has 19 interceptions through, I don't know, 9 games, right? At this point, any hopes I had of this team accomplishing something special have pretty much completely diminished. It is going to be all about the individual accolades from this point on in the season. Nick still has a Heisman right in front of him to win. Nick is going to need a big game eventually though. The one pick performances aren't going to cut it. Our offense unfortunately turned the ball over, so Northwestern has it down here in the red zone and trying to get some kind of route open here. Their quarterback is going to scramble and Nick is going to come up and make the tackle. Thought dude was going to shake up out of that, but I went to sim the field goal and somehow it turned into a touchdown for Northwestern. I am not sure what exactly happened there. Offense did thankfully respond, and Northwestern's running back gonna fumble the ball here, and we pick it up. Potential big momentum swing, or maybe just a small momentum swing. Offense gets the field goal, but we are gonna get the stop here on third down. Honestly, I think I was maybe cooked up on the streak route, and Nick Jr. is gonna get the chance at a return here. Has not had a lot of space at all on these, but we'll get a little bit here. Not gonna turn into a touchdown, but we keep on racking up those yards that should help with the Heisman hopes. And just like that, we got a 2-score lead. And of course, when I actually bait up the Crowe route right, they don't throw it. Somebody has got to give me the technique on that, boys. Northwestern's trying to go with the deep ball game here and going to the other side. Our boy number 36 is gonna get cooked up. We've seen this more than I would like this year, and Northwestern's gonna get an easy tutty. And after a rough start, offense is actually playing well. A shocking amount of points scored in the first quarter as dude just totally whiffed on his block. That could have been a touchdown. Still no picks for Nick on the day. It's looking like this unfortunately won't be the big game he's hoping for. Quarterback just not coming his way. The good news is we're actually dunking on Northwestern, as I'm going to move to zone coverage to see if that helps, and it does. Nick is going to bait up the out route. How many times have we seen that this season? And this feels good. He is finally going to get a pick, and it goes to the crib. I think that might be his 20th on the season. He's looking to get another one before it's all said and done, and flying in for a hit here on the other side of the field. Feels like we got a little bit of mojo back, and this time going to the flats, Nick is going to get another one, and it's going to be another pick six. Yes, man, this is what we needed. This is what we needed to win the Heisman. Nick is going to strut into the end zone, and just like that, this team has got 40 points on the board. This is looking more like what we saw at the start of the season, and Nick's going to get tried again here on the streak route. He will close on that, but for one of the first times this season, is going to drop the pick, so we just miss out on a third on the day, and they're trying Nick on the slant here. Dude, we probably could have jumped that, and we got 52 points all of a sudden. It's like after deciding to put us in our place and humble us for a few games, things are going back to their normal difficulty, as Nick is going to get tried again on the deep ball, and this time he's a little bit behind it, but once again just makes up the ground. There's his third on the day, and that is Nick's 22nd interception on the season. He's having one of the best in college football history. That's going to bag this one up. After a slow start, we really turned it on in the second quarter. Nick balling out with 3 picks, 2 touchdowns, and 2 pass deflections, and that should definitely keep him atop the Heisman. That performance will once again earn Nick National Defensive Player of the Week, and the Heisman's starting to look kind of likely. The only thing that's going to hurt us is we probably won't have the chance to play in a conference championship. With 2 games left in the regular season, we're headed to Minnesota to try to win the Floyd of Rosedale. We'll see if Nick can carry some momentum into this one, as Minnesota going with slants, and I'm trying to bait a little something up here. Nick is going to get under the slant but can't catch it, and Minnesota takes the lead. We're deep into the second quarter here, and Nick still has yet to make a play, but trying to lay down the huge hit on the hitch route. We got to knock that ball out. Minnesota's been moving the ball pretty steadily. I'm not trying to see any more of that, and Minnesota tries to go up top here. You idiot, give me that. Nick does what he does best, and this one's going back to the bank, boys. That slow ass quarterback is not going to catch us. We will easily outmaneuver him, and this will be 83 yards to the casa for Nick. Nobody knows how to flip a game on its head like Nick Sabaka, and oh man, I thought we had the pick on the curl there, just barely got the paw in. Minnesota's going to need some quick hitters to get back in this one at this point, but on 3rd and 12, their quarterback's going to go down in the backfield. Now we need offense to go close this thing out. Nick's going to take the kick return here and trying to bounce it to the outside. He actually has some room. This is Nick's best kick return in a minute, but he's not quite going to be able to get to the crib. That does propel offense into getting 3 points though, which gives Minnesota a lot of ground to cover if they want to get back in this, and that was just great defense on the cover too there. The Gophers are going to punt the ball and potentially the game away, and that was just a putrid punt. Not a whole lot to worry about at this point, as I am just baiting stuff up heavy. They're going to come to Nick, and he was a little bit too much under net, but is able to get the knockout. I do really want one more pick before we get out of here, as Nick is playing the cover 3 here, and we'll see if we can get to this. Dude is trying to hit us up the seams, and the ball gets tipped. Nick picks it off on the tip drill. And he's going to have a lot of room to run, dude. This would be a crazy pick six. He's going to cut it to the right. And I don't think this is quite going to be a crib call. Maybe we should have made some more moves. We do win the Floyd of Rosedale. Marco Lanes is absolutely geeking out. Nick had another great day. 4 tackles and 2 picks, one of which went to the crib, giving him 24 on the season with 1 game left. And next up, a chance to ruin Nebraska's season. We're playing in the yellow unis in the stripe out. Let's get it. I know Nebraska's going to be a run-heavy offense. They run way more I-form on this game than they do in real life. With them backed up in their territory, I'm hoping we can get a stop here, but on 3rd down, dude is just going to sneak up out of there. We need to get knockoff Mahomes passing the ball out here. If Nebraska's able to just run it all over us like this, we could be in trouble. Nebraska is going to pass it here, and looks like just a little smash concept. Nick will bait up the Crowe route and makes a good tackle. We got 3rd and 4. All right, we'll see what Nebraska goes to here. We're sticking with the cover 2, and Raiola's going to go to the other side. This is going to be just a little bit short of the sticks, and it looks like the Huskers are going to go for it here. Expecting a run, but they are going to pass it, and we cannot get the knockout. Dang. Had a good chance to make a play on that. Instead, the drive will continue, and Nebraska's running back is apparently the next incarnation of Derrick Henry. Dude breaks out of a tackle and is going to run all the way down to the 5. This has been a disturbingly long drive for Nebraska, and it's going to end up with an easy rushing touchdown. An offense unfortunately struggling so far in this one. Nebraska has a 3rd and 10 though, and just going with a draw. Sit the hell down. Still waiting on that 3rd forced fumble on the year for Nick, as he is going to have no room to work on this punt return, unfortunately. Anybody else remember Nick's first game where he took like 3 kick returns to the crib? I was kind of hoping that the entire season was going to be like that. Instead, I think we've gotten what, 0 since then? Like barely any for sure. And they went screen right at Nick there. We saw it kind of late, but still able to get the tackle for loss. Pretty weird design from Nebraska on that one. On 3rd and 11, I'm trying to bait something up. They go to the other side though. And now I'm really wishing we got a pick on that screen. On 1st and goal, the Huskers are running right at us. I tried to run commit, but once again, this dude sheds a tackle, and we are seriously in trouble down 14 zip. Getting back in this game in the second half is definitely going to be an uphill battle. Nebraska's got a 21-0 lead. Offense hasn't been able to do anything, and Nebraska is going to have a chance to take a 4-score lead into the 4th quarter. This is disgusting, boys. Our only hope is some kind of miracle pick 6, but the Huskers just stay on the ground, and we cannot stop it. I hate to say it, but it looks like Nebraska is going to win their Super Bowl, and these guys don't get a win very often. They're going to run up the score on us. A rare no-pick game. Hopefully this isn't detrimental to Nick's Heisman hopes. 7 total tackles, but nothing really to show in this game. As we head to bowl season, here's the moment of truth. Will Nick win the Heisman? He will. Let's go. We get our first defensive back Heisman winner in Nick's sophomore season. I honestly was not expecting him to come through, man. And who knows what we can accomplish in these next couple of years. Nick is also going to win Returner of the Year. That first game, I guess, was enough to get him over the hump. And no way, dude. We're playing Iowa State in the bowl game. This should be an interesting one. Last time we played these guys, Nick balled out, and covering the slant here almost gets his hands in there for the pick. Hey, I mean, we get 6 picks today. We're at 30 on the season, as I'm trying to bait up the curl route here, running back and forth. They just don't throw it like they did in NCAA 14. Can I get a return one time, please? It's been a minute. There's guys closing in around Nick here, but okay, we actually got decent blocks, and Nick is going to have a shot to make this at least a decent return. Gonna have to make a guy miss, and he swerves him out of his shoes. Accelerating forward. Finally, we're going to get the 4th kick return touchdown on the year. Let's go. A couple of picks, and this would be a nice way to close the season, and Nick manned up here, gets the out route, and dives for the pick. That was one of his best of the year. I haven't gotten that animation in a minute. Headed to the 4th quarter, we got a 10-point lead, and this 4th down should pretty much decide it, but uh-oh, dude. I got way too aggressive, just played straight up bad coverage. We are going to be able to hawk this dude down, but that might kind of get Iowa State back into the game. It would be pretty rough if we found a way to lose this one, and once again, just too much bait. I was hoping to get a little flat route pick, and the Cyclones are within 3. All right, how about some redemption on the kick return here, Nick? Let's see if we can get some blockers. We're going to cut it in and cut it back out. Oh, we were so close. Thankfully, offense goes to get a touchdown. We should be okay now, just can't let them score too fast, and this ball gets knocked up into the sky. We got a chance at a pick, but no one can come down with it. And Iowa State is going to kick an incredibly long field goal. Looks like 55 yards, but their kicker, plenty of leg, drills it. Iowa State just finding a way to hang around, and they've got a shot to tie the game. We got to keep everything in front of us here. Can't be too aggressive with the baiting. And damn, just like that, Iowa State's at the 27. This time they do go with the corner route, and Nick bags that up. Iowa State's quarterback's going to take a sack. All right, 3rd and 24 with 1 minute left. Nothing crazy here, boys. I am going to bait up that deep ball with the guy over top. All right, 4th and 24. Nick's playing a cloud flat here, just can't let anything up over top, and they're going to go over the middle. Nick has to make a tackle, and thankfully he does do it. That one got a little bit weird, but we do get to 8 wins on the season. Nick had a good first half, terrible second half, but it ended up working out. And checking out the season stats, Nick was 4th on the team in tackles, 3 tackles for loss, had 25 interceptions, 4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and how many pick sixes? 12. So a damn good sophomore season. I really think we can get 30 next year. We just had some like peaks and valleys this year. Be sure to tune in for the next one and have a good one. Peace. Nick Sabaka Jr. is about to have the greatest season in college football history again. After catching almost 30 interceptions last year and winning the Heisman Trophy despite playing for a mediocre Iowa team, Nick is determined to take the Hawkeyes to the playoffs this year. To do that, he is going to have to put the team on his back, so he's setting a goal this season to catch 40 interceptions and score at least 5 touchdowns on kick returns. If he can't meet both of those goals, I'll be sending everybody who likes and comments on this video a game-worn jersey signed by Nick Sabaka himself. Let's go ahead and get right into his junior year. Nick and the boys are starting out the season taking on number 18 Pitt, and Nick already baiting something up. This is going to be a deep ball, and he comes down with it. First pick of the season comes on the first drive. This is going to be a year to remember for sure, and Nick is already doing some waving 3 minutes and 43 seconds early. Offense comes in at a 91 overall this year, but they instantly turn the ball over right back, and Pitt is going to be the one starting it out with a touchdown. Nick is trying to get it cooking on the return here. Had a lot of success early in the season last year, but couldn't really find a lot of openings against power teams, and this one's going nowhere. I was hoping that offense wouldn't struggle as much this year, but it looks like they're going to. Nick is going to have to save them, and he was beat bad on the out route, but recovered before the quarterback saw it, and this is going to be the first pick six of the year for Nick Sabaka Jr. Exactly what this team needed. He will walk into the end zone. This game was looking pretty rough, but Nick has totally turned it on its head and making a nice little tackle and run support here. We're going to have a big 3rd and 8 as we're sitting in the cover 2, and let's see. Okay, dude just dumped it off over the middle. Not sure why our linebacker's just sitting there and watching. We had a lot of success in cover 2 last season, but going back to man coverage here, and Pitt is taking a shot. We had a guy right there, but it's going to be a touchdown. Thankfully, offense finally gets a touchdown. So a chance to get something going here in the second quarter, and look at the lockup coverage from Nick there. Played that corner out perfectly. Chance at a stop before halftime here, and on 3rd down, Pitt just going to run it right up the middle. Had a little bit of space, but we're able to lay the running back down before he gets it. So Nick will have his first chance at a punt return on the season, and that is a short kick. I don't know what's up with the Pitt punter, and offense does get it done. Looks like Pitt's just going to try to run the ball before halftime and sit down quarterback. So coming out of the second half, Nick already has 2 interceptions, but this game is still very tight. They've got it down here in the red zone, and they're actually going to target Nick on the slant. This ball is going to get knocked around, and we're going to get an insane pick. I think that was our right end, and just like that, we're in business. Offense has really woken up. The turnovers have gotten things going for them, and Nick trying to bait it up for one more will get his 3rd on the day. That was a little bit risky given the situation, but our boy's got to get his, and his junior season Heisman campaign is off to a pretty good start. With Pitt in desperation mode, I feel like we might be able to steal another, and their quarterback has all day in the pocket here. He is eventually going to chuck it up, and Nick strafes up. We have been eating on these streak routes in this opener. 4 picks on the day feels great. So it was kind of a weird game, but turns out to be a great one for this defense and Nick, as Nick was the 2nd leading tackler on the team. 4 interceptions, 1 of them went back to the crib. But despite coming off a Heisman and catching 4 picks in his first game, Nick is nowhere to be found on the Heisman watch. Arch Manning is actually at the top. So now we head on the road, taking on Iowa State for the 3rd time in 2 years, and Nick is gonna start it out, lurking up the flats, which he did so many times last year. This is gonna be a crib call on Iowa State's first drive. Easy money. This game could not be off to a better start, and Iowa State's quarterback keeping the ball here. Sit down. Nick lays him out. We gotta go into instant replay for this because it was kind of hard to see. Nick comes from the other side of the field and just lays the boom. Just like his father and brother, that's something that Nick has in his disposal too. And deep in man coverage here, Iowa State's got a guy open, and once again, Nick will lay a dude down. And Iowa State is threatening to score now, but their quarterback trying to get the ball out quick to the drag. Dude wasn't even looking. We're gonna head into the second half with a 3-score lead, but remember, in the bowl game last year, Iowa State almost pulled off a crazy comeback on us. Once again, ISU threatening to get a touchdown, and quarterback keep here. Nick whiffs on the tackle, and the Cyclones are kind of back in this game. Offense turns it over, and all of a sudden, this is feeling like the mirror image of last year's bowl game. On 1st and goal, Iowa State gonna run it again and get in. It's a one-score game just like that. With 3 minutes left, Iowa State has a chance to go win this ball game. As we're in cover 2 here, they're trying to hit a hole shot, but great play from our safety to knock that out. Nixon man coverage, trying to get a deep ball thrown, and the quarterback hesitates. That'll be our 4th sack of the day. And thankfully, O does get a touchdown. That should hopefully put this game out of reach. We just can't give up a big play here. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be trying to bait some stuff up though. I don't want ISU to just be able to dink and dunk us underneath. They've already got the ball inside our 25, and for whatever reason, our DBs have just started to get cooked up. We got 1st and goal. I'm going to try to bait the flats, and the corner route just wide open. This one's not over yet. Iowa State somehow gets the ball back with 54 seconds left, and now we really do have to be careful. I'm just playing cover 2 man in this situation, and they do find us up the seam there. We can't let them into field goal range either is the tough part. As Nick's guy just running a slant here, it'll be a little dump off, and they just barely get that out of bounds. Okay, 3rd and 9. Let's see what we got. Nick's guy just running it in. We'll give him some space. I was hoping dude would throw that. Instead, he finds the crosser, and Iowa State threatening to get into field goal range with no timeouts. Not good, boys. We saw what Iowa State's kicker can do in real life, but Nick boxing up the crosser, and their quarterback just takes a sack. All right, man, we're gonna have a 4th and 17. No miracles for Iowa State here. Come on, they're going crossers and just trying to get it to the outside. We swatted away. It was a little bit scary, but we get up out of there with the dub, as Nick had the early pick 6, but very quiet from that point on. So up to number 23 in the country, we're headed out west to Arizona. They're number 13, and Nick, of course, starting it out with a pick. Let's go get an upset dub in this one. Offense is playing pretty well so far. Arizona is moving the ball a little bit though, and Nick getting cooked on the Crowe route there. We're headed to the 2nd quarter, and Arizona is headed to the end zone. The run defense looking a little bit rough. Thankfully, offense is balling today, dude. 24 points in the 1st half, and Nick getting tried again. Dude did not learn his lesson. I really didn't even bait that up that much, but Nick will get his 2nd on the day, and offense has a chance to really give us control of this game. So we head to the 2nd half looking pretty good, but Arizona continuing to run it, and we continue to have trouble stopping it. This is going to be a huge gain. Dude breaks loose, and he's going to get all the way down to the 1. On 1st and goal, Arizona surprisingly going play action, and their quarterback is just going to take off up the middle. Nothing we can do about that, and they are hanging around in this game. And offense, after being lights out all day, turns it over. Just like that, Arizona's got the lead. This game has turned into a hell of a shootout, and offense turned it over again. We are now really in trouble, but thankfully shutting down that reverse. We badly need a pick out of Nick here, but Arizona continuing to lead on the running game, and their quarterback will get it to 3rd and short. All right, 3rd and 4. Come on, boys. Looks like they are going to pass it. I cannot see anything in that wide formation, but we do stop them short of the 1st down, and this is going to be huge. 4th and 1. They're going to go with a pitch, and oh man, we ran commit up the middle. I don't know how this game flipped around so quick. After a strong start, defense is intensely struggling. Arizona's just been going so run heavy here in the 2nd half for some reason, and man, a forced fumble on that hit would have been nice. We got a 3rd and 2 and just slants for Arizona. Nick has that bagged up, but once again, quarterback just has a wide open area to step up in the pocket. This has been an incredibly frustrating sequence, and oh god, Nick's cooked here. I thought they were going jet touch pass. We'll see if we can catch up to this, and somehow Nick does. He's even gonna get a chance to return this and almost crib it. Does get caught from that dude coming off screen. This has turned out to be an absolutely wild game. Nick has 3 picks in this game, and we're still on the ropes. But how about the hits? I feel like the forced fumble has got to be coming soon. And here on 3rd and 6, Arizona just running the ball. Come on. Running the ball out of wide formations in this game is kind of busted, as we do get Arizona to 3rd down, and this is where we need to make a play. 3rd and 6. Not sure what to expect here. It looks like some sort of slants play, and I got turned around. The bumpage between the receivers confused me, and Nick is going to give up a huge gain. And the worst thing is I had that play read from the start. Now Arizona's got a chance to take a lead, but what a play from number 32. Okay, 3rd and 10. They're back in this wide formation, and let's see what we got here. Okay, this time the quarterback just instantly takes a sack, I guess. And let's go, dude. Missed the field goal. This is going to be it. 1.5 minutes left. Arizona has to go 99 yards down the field with only 1 timeout too. That is going to bleed some time off the clock for the Wildcats. And going with a curl ball again. Oh, bro, I thought I had it jumped. That should have been a pick six. They still have a lot of field to traverse, and oh man, they're going to get a lot of it here. This will put them in field goal range. I don't know if we can stay in this man coverage. I'm going to try a little cover three and see what we get, and they're just going with some kind of weird slants play and gets the completion. Now I feel like we got to bait something up as they're going drag there, and oh man, we're almost there for the pick. So huge 3rd and 8. Arizona is out of timeouts, and Nick is guarding the crosser here. The quarterback will just throw it out of bounds with 17 seconds left, and dude is going to make the field goal, and we are headed to overtime in the desert. An offense has set the table for a win. One turnover would seal it up, and oh my god, that should have been it. Okay, we're playing the cover two. Looks like they're just going with verts and dumping it off to the halfback. This will be short of the first down. All right, 4th and 1. Trying to send Nick on the blitz, and he gets the tackle for loss to end the game. We escape Arizona with a clutch win. What a weird one. Nick carried this defense to victory. 8 tackles, 3 picks, including the game-sealing tackle. But still, they don't have our guy on the Heisman watch. What's going on here? So after the thrilling dub, we're coming in at 3-0 in a game against USC, who for some reason is ranked at 1-2, and our dude is cooked there. Trojans are going to get this all the way down to the 5, and just easily running it in up the middle. Nick gets pancaked. Not a good look. And just for the record, Nick is still returning kicks. He just hasn't done anything notable in the kick return game in a long minute. And USC driving here, going down to the 2-minute warning, running the ball, and Nick's on it. So this becomes a big time 3rd and 2. Looking for some kind of flat route, and oh man, they just hit the whole shot. It looked like we almost got a reaction to that. This does seem like a formation we should be able to get a pick out of, and I was not expecting them to just run the same play. USC is going to get the touchdown over Nick. There's not really a lot we can do there. That was Xavier Jordan, by the way, who, as you know from the Coach Career Series, is an absolute dog. And despite a real nice game from offense so far, this is a close one, as USC is shockingly passing it on the 1-yard line, and dude, they got to throw me that flat. I really can't believe they passed it from the 1 with this much time on the clock, and just going slants again as the clock hits 0. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, so we head to the second half up by 3, and this is when we can bait up. Give me that. Nick grabs the out route, and you already know this is going to the bank. It was bound to happen eventually. 2-score lead just like that, and we get a nice little stop on 3rd down. All right, dude, I would love to do something in the punt return game for once. Can you block for me, boys? One time? No, I guess not. An offense not able to do anything with it, but USC going with deep verts here, and I was a little bit too under that, but terrible throw from the quarterback. Easy money for Nick's 2nd interception of the day. Now offense has got to go score, as that was Nick's 10th interception on the season. Get this man back on the Heisman watch, please. Unfortunately, offense turns the ball over. We are just letting USC hang around in this one. Trojans have worked it down deep in the red zone. Well, on 3rd and 4, they're trying to go up top again, and dude, it looked like Nick was definitely beat that time, but the hops are crazy. Remember, our boy is 6'4". Offense continues to struggle, but our defense has looked good in the second half. And here's a chance at a pick, but we're just a little bit behind it. Nick is going to have to track dude down to make the tackle. Shoot, that was a chance to put this game away, as USC is going to go with the classic corner strike here and just baiting up that flat route. Sit down. All right, 3rd and 12. Let's get it. We're in man coverage, and dude is running it out. Nick is all over that, but they go to the other side, and it's just wide open. Time just keeps on ticking here, as on 1st and goal, USC's quarterback literally has a year in the pocket. Nick is trying to bait something up, and dude just goes down for the sack. So that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A lot of time coming off the clock there, as USC goes to the end zone on the corner route. It was wide open, but we get a lucky knockout. 3rd and goal. Let's see what USC does. Nick's guys just running a drag route as they go to the other side, and dude, I thought that was a completion. USC is going to kick the field goal, and they will actually just kick it deep in this situation, so offense has a chance to kill the clock. Nick taking it out, but not getting back to the 25. And unfortunately, offense goes 3 and out. USC is going to have 1 minute and no timeouts to cook something up. The CPU's clock management in this game is usually pretty bad, but oh no, they're going to slice us up the seam here. This is the biggest weakness of this coverage, and the Trojans will get down to the 10. Well, on 3rd and 10, USC's quarterback trying to roll out, and he'll just throw it out of the back of the end zone. So this is going to be at 4th down for the game. Nick is in a cloud flat, and oh dude, I was not expecting the out route. There was a guy coming underneath anyways, but we needed to cover that up. It looks like we might be headed to overtime again. Nick's going to try to cook something on the return, but dude, there's just nothing there. Well, offense makes some magic and scores almost instantly. Defense has just got to hold it down for 14 seconds now, and what are they doing? That's going to be down in bounds, and the time might run out. USC is going to get one more snap off with a second left on the clock and just dumps it off. This is what I'm saying about the CPU clock management. We get a sneaky little dub against the Trojans. legends. Nick balled out, 3 interceptions on the day, including a big pick 6. He is the reason that we won this game. Nick gets a nice little National Defensive Player of the Week after that. Still not popping up on the Heisman watch. But we are up to number 13 in the country, which is encouraging. And Nick is on pace to finally reach his goal of 30 interceptions this season. So now we got another fake Big Ten team, UCLA, as Nick's going to return a punt here. And okay, we actually broke a tackle for once. We might have a shot. We'll cut it to the other side of the field, but Nick just ran out of gas and sadly gets caught before he can take it. Offense, unfortunately, not able to do anything with that, but Nick baiting up the flats and had a pick 6 in his hands. Can't quite hang on to it. The only drops Nick's had have been the ones that have been like kind of contested, as UCLA going for this 4th down, and dude, we got a hard flat right there, but he's got to make that play. So the drive keeps rolling for UCLA, but trying to take a deep shot here. We had the curl route baited up, and our safety is going to come down with that. Looked like it could have been a touchdown for the Bruins. And offense does catch that one in, as UCLA going with a dump off and Nick lays down the hit. Still waiting on that first pick, as they're coming right to him there. Weird that nobody came over to block him. UCLA clearly wants to run the ball heavy, but we've honestly done a good job of covering it up, which is good because run defense has been a problem for this team at times, and we're locking up, getting another stop on 3rd down. So after some rough showings, defense is actually playing quite well in this one, but offense turned it over to start the half. So backed up deep in our own territory here, but UCLA's quarterback is a sitting duck, taking another sack, and it looks like there's some disagreement among the Bruins there. So we hold UCLA to a field goal, but we've seen in these last couple of games, things can flip pretty quick, and it seems like the Bruins kind of have something going. Nick still has yet to get a pick on the day, but he's been good at run support, so we got a chance to hold him to another field goal. It's 3rd and goal, and looks like hitches. Oh, dude, I didn't see that wheel route. They give him the touchdown on that? I don't know, man. We might have to challenge that one. Oh, bro, it doesn't let me. That is pretty annoying. Wish I read that just a second sooner, and I don't know why. We just can't get anything on these kicks. Things are looking more interesting than I'd like heading into the 4th. UCLA has a chance to hand us a serious upset, and this becomes a huge 3rd and 12, but UCLA is just gonna hand it off. Okay, we'll take that, I guess. The question is, can I cook on a punt return one time? We almost got loose today, but dude, they just don't block those gunners. I don't know what to do. Offense does finally get another touchdown, so we should be okay in this one, but UCLA is trying to move it quick, and man, I really do not want to finish this game pickless. They're going to our side there, and oh dude, we're just a little bit too far under it. I wasn't really expecting that. This is definitely not over. UCLA is going to kick it deep, kind of similar to what we saw in the last game, and okay, we actually have blocking here. Nick is going to get up out of there, and finally in a critical moment, we have a kick return touchdown. That feels damn good. 97 yards to the crib. Now let's go get a pick, boys. We got a 3rd and 8, and oh my god, Nick got cooked up. I was not expecting the out route, and even gets whacked when he tries to lay the hit stick. We got UCLA to 4th and 17 though. Last chance for them, and last chance at a pick for Nick. Oh dude, I baited it up so much, and we're not quite able to get in there. It shouldn't matter, hopefully. That is gonna do it for this one. Big win, but definitely not Nick's best game. Didn't play terrible per se, but if we want 30 picks, we just cannot have pickless games. But hey, this is interesting. Nick pops onto the Heisman watch, I guess because of that kick return touchdown. Fellas, we are up to number 6 in the country. That's feeling good, and in the stripe out here, Nick's gonna start it out with the return, and what happened, dude? All of a sudden, things are breaking open in the return game. Hopefully they don't review this and decide that Nick called a fair catch. We're gonna take it to the crib for a touchdown. Nick wants that Heisman bad. He's not happy about that 0 pick game last week, and give me that. We lurk up the tight end corner route. That was easy money. Kinnick Stadium is going nuts, dude. Even in the game, I love how this looks in a stripe out. This game could not be off to a better start unless offense had scored a touchdown here, and look at Nick laying down the hit like usual. We gotta get that forced fumble eventually, fellas. The boys all over the field. Minnesota running the rock, and he gets in there to help with the tackle. So we'll have 3rd and 5, just hanging out in man coverage, but dude, every time we go to this cover 2 man, they just have something over the middle. We've been pretty good in the red zone recently. Got a 3rd and 3 here, as it looks like Minnesota wants to run, and oh dude, I thought the running back had the ball. 30 seconds left in the half. We're looking really good, receiving the punt here, and something about this Minnesota return team, I can tell these boys are just a little bit slower. We will take an 8-point lead into halftime, and RPO from Minnesota. Boys, we were so close. I thought that was finally our curl pick. Thankfully, it's just going to be an illegal man downfield on Minnesota. Getting the return game going is nice, but still waiting on pick number 2 in this one. Minnesota's just kind of stopped throwing it our way. And what is up with all these punters and kicking it insanely short? Nick's not even going to get the chance to return this. ridiculous. A touchdown from offense might put this game away. And now we can really try to bait this stuff up. I am finessing this quarterback into throwing the deep ball. Been waiting all day to see it, and Nick takes the opportunity emphatically. And we got a chance at a nice return here. We'll do our little angle inside trick, trying to set this up for a pick six. It's not quite going to happen, but we are looking excellent heading into the fourth. And offense is actually cooking right now. That'll give us the chance to cook up another pick. Once you get up in games, boys, they start throwing those streaks and you can just bait them up like crazy. Nick is farming picks off of these stupid Big Ten quarterbacks. So great game. We once again come down with the Floyd of Rosedale. After cracking it open with the kick return touchdown, Nick just continued to ball out, had almost no tackles but 3 picks on the day. That is somehow still not enough to put Nick higher on the Heisman watch. He's on pace for 28 picks in the regular season. We are in a good spot to make the playoffs at this point in the season, but this one is going to be tough. We're taking on Michigan, who comes in at 92 overall, and they run a style of offense that is going to be pretty tough to defend, I think. We got Michigan to third down, but my god, dude, that receiver is fast. Nick would have been absolutely cooked if he ran a streak, so that's something to be wary of for sure as this game goes on. And Michigan getting us with the play action, dude. Like I said, this is going to be tough to stop. And don't break, boys. Let's hold them to a field goal. We got 3rd and 3, and dude, once again, the receiver is just so fast. Not used to having to react that quickly, but Michigan going to the air again here, and dude threw a pick. This looks like it's going to go back to the house, but no, Stewart's going to be able to hawk down Davis at the 10. I told you that dude was fast. So a potential 14-point swing, and Nick didn't even have to do anything. And now it feels like we have all of the momentum. Got another 3rd and 7, and we got boxy coverage, but the Michigan quarterback literally has all day in the pocket. Dude sat back there for like 8 seconds and is eventually going to find a guy wide open downfield. What on earth? We were rushing 4 there too. It's not like we were dropping everybody into coverage. Michigan's got it down in the red zone again, and once again they're going to get it to 1st and goal. We'll see if defense can clutch up again. Is on 3rd and goal. I thought that was play action, and we get the stop. So 4th and 2 as we head to the second quarter, and Michigan's just deciding to take the field goal. So 2 red zone trips for Michigan, and they get -4 points out of it. Not too bad at all. Offense is at least able to pin them deep in their own territory, so this would have to be a long drive for the Wolverines. And looks like they're running the Nick side here. He's going to try to lay down the hip, but we didn't quite square dude up. And here on 2nd and 6, they're going with play action. Their speedy receiver is going to cook our cover 2 up the middle. We were so close to getting a swap, but Michigan's going to get a touchdown. Stewart is by far the most threatening receiver Nick's played against. Actually, all of Michigan's receivers seem good. We are finally going to see him have to go all out pass in this situation. And oh dude, Nick was actually cooked up on the fade, but once again, just a terrible read from this quarterback, and Lutmer going to get the pick this time. Unfortunately, offense turned it right back over. They need to take advantage of turnovers if we want to win this game. And Michigan going slants here. We were late to the flats, but my god, this quarterback is stupid. Threw it incredibly late, and you do not want to throw at the flats to Nick Zabaka. This is going to be another 14-point swing. Nick continues to prove his worth in the Heisman race. Okay, well that was exactly what we needed, and I'm trying to bait something up deep here. Dude is going to chuck it to the other side, and this absolute menace is behind our defense again. I even had the entire defense backed off, and he still cooked him by like 10 yards. I'm running down for Michigan here, and just going to the back of the end zone. That is out of bounds. All right, they probably have one more play here, right? On 2nd and goal, they're going with some motion, and I'm baiting up the flats again. Dude is just going to throw it out of bounds. Okay, so Michigan will have to settle for a field goal again, and dude, he missed that. Are you kidding me? We somehow come away from that half with the lead, but with 3 turnovers, we should probably be up by more. All right, big 3rd and 10 here. Need to try to bait something up, and dude, number 14 just continues to cook. Amarian Stewart has 155 yards on 3 catches. Down in the red zone is where this defense has been great though, and dude was actually trying to throw Nick another pick. It's going to be 4th down, and this time they're going for it. 4th and 2 could potentially be the game, and looks like they're just going to run it. Nick trying to get in there but can't, and it's going to be 1st and goal. Huge missed opportunity for this defense as Nick just ankle bites the guy going up the middle, and we got a tie ball game. Offense comes up with a big time answer though. 1 stop from defense would be huge, and after a nice little cover sack, we got 2nd and 10. It's nice to get the Wolverines into passing situations, but the halfback screen is just too easy. This quarterback's throwing 3 picks, but he's got like 350 yards passing, and he's gonna get the Wolverines another touchdown to tie the game back up. This quarterback's got to make a mistake eventually, as we're trying to shut down the Michigan running game. 3rd and 1. All right, come on boys, let's get a cheap stop. They're going right up the middle though, and dude, I pinched the D line and crashed him in, and that still opens up like that. I really hate playing against these run first offenses. And oh god, they're trying to go up deep here. We have a guy in a deep half, but for some reason he still gets beat. He was in position, but that was a perfect ball by the Michigan quarterback. And offense is going to get the ball back with 3 minutes left unless Nick takes this to the crib. And oh man, he almost had that lane. And oh boy, offense got a field goal. This one is really going to be down to the wire. Michigan has 1 timeout. We can't give up a touchdown. And dude, that guy off the line is so scary. He must have some kind of crazy takeoff ability. And the problem is Nick isn't guarding him on every play. So I'm worried he's going to get past someone else on our defense. And oh man, we have the Crowe boxed up there, but they go to the middle, trying to stick with the man coverage. But dude, they're going over the middle and that is wide open. I'm off the screen, so I can't see where I am to tackle. And now the Wolverines definitely in field goal range. This is where we need a little bit of magic. Come on, man. I'm trying to bait something up with Nick, but they've got the middle wide open and Michigan gets into the end zone with just a few seconds left. Offense is going to have 3 timeouts, but a field goal won't cut it. Nick is going to have to try to make something cook and is able to spin out, but not enough real estate to the sideline. But offense makes it happen. Michigan could still tie it up if they get into field goal range here. So we got to be careful, and Nick is covering this deep. The quarterback is just going to throw it out of bounds again. Dude has thrown for 500 yards, and this is going to do it. Hail Mary for the Wolverines. They're going over to that side, and Nick is trying to get up in there. The ball gets swatted around and intercepted, and somehow we find a way to beat Michigan. That game was insane. The path to the playoff now becomes a lot easier. Nick played pretty well, led the team in tackles, and had the huge pick 6. This defense came up with a ton of big plays. And after a marquee dub, Nick does move up a little bit in the Heisman, and the Hawks sitting at number 3 in the rankings. Look at us. We're headed to Indiana next. These boys are out here touching up on a rock. Could be a potential trap game. You just never know. The Hoosiers have been pretty dang good in real life this year. I'm just hoping we can guard them better than Michigan. And oh man, Nick's got to knock that out. I should have jumped that a little bit better. As on 3rd and inches, Indiana actually passing it, but they got a guy wide open. It looks like the Hoosiers have a sneaky little offense here. And let's see, on 3rd and 2, they're going to hand it off. Did we stop them? No. I thought we were about to have us 4th and inches. Instead, the Hoosiers are going to punch it in for a touchdown. Killed us with the play action pass. I think I might have been right to be worried about a trap game in this one. I'm telling you boys, the CPU just cranks up the difficulty as you keep going in the season. Offense is struggling for some reason early on. This is where they need some help from the defense, and we do get a nice little 3 and out. All right, Nick, how about a little something in the return game here, buddy? Or maybe nobody could block for me. That would be fine too. We are not looking like the number 3 team in the country right now. Somebody's got to step up and make a play. They don't seem too afraid to come Nick's way, but we just get a draw call on 3rd down. That's fine. All right, blockers, one time, man. Give me a lane one time. Okay, the blockers didn't block, but we got a lane because the kick was so long. Unfortunately, that spin was so slow, we're not able to make a whole lot out of it. And after being undefeatable last week, offense just can't do anything. These are the games where it feels like we need a pick 6 to win. We got 3rd and 4 here, trying to bait something up in the flats, but they just take the stick over the middle. Here on 2nd and 1 though, going man coverage, and we're gonna get a big sack. Okay, 3rd and long, come on. This is where I need my pick, fellas. Looking to bait up that deep route. We get another little in route, and dude just dumps it off. Oh man, what's the flag? Is this guy gonna pick up a 1st down? Are you kidding me? And the flag's gonna be on us. Jeez, dude, we cannot catch a break right now. Stupid little dump off turns into 20 yards, and we got a 3rd down. They're coming Nick's way, and dude, we hit him so hard. How does that ball not come out? No matter who we're playing, a 14-0 deficit can be hard to overcome. And oh man, I'm trying so hard to bait up that corner. The quarterback scrambles and tries to throw it late, but we get the sack. And here we go, 3rd and goal. Indiana is going with a similar play. Quarterback scrambling again, and once again we get him. All right, I guess we'll take a 10-point deficit. This would be an absolutely beautiful time for a kick return touchdown. Let's see, Nick. Oh, it looked like we had a lane, but we got cut up. And Indiana gets the ball. We're fully on upset alert. Need something to happen soon, and here it is. Nick baited that up heavily, dude. That was risky, but gets the pick, and we desperately need offense to cash this in. They only get 3. I guess we'll take what we can get in this one. We should be able to give them another chance here. Big time sack on 2nd down. On 3rd and long, I'm expecting the go route. Gotta bait this up, and that's just gonna hit the turf. All right, so we got a little bit of momentum here. We are once again not going to block a singular soul on the punt return. Offense though, thank God, finally gets a touchdown. We got a tie ball game, folks. Let's go. This team has found a way to pull out a lot of close games this season. Looking to do the same in this one here. here. This is one of the biggest third downs of the season right here. Gotta try to bait something up with Nick as their quarterback gets out of the pocket and is just gonna chuck it out of bounds. This is it, boys. We are going to need another miracle to win this game. And oh, that's not a good start. Nick tries to bounce it to the outside and gets caught up. Let's see what they got here. At least need a field goal, and they are in field goal range. Come on, offense. Come on, boys. They are going to score a touchdown. Let's go. All right, defense. Just got to hold it down for 1 minute. Indiana needs a touchdown here. They do have all 3 timeouts. Cover 2 man has not worked very well in the past, but we're going to give it the whirl. And oh no, Indiana is going up deep. Nick is trying to track this down, and that was so close to being a game-winning catch. Okay, forget the cover 2 man. We're going cover 4. Indiana just dumping it off and not taking a timeout. This will waste a ton of time. I don't know what the Hoosiers are saving the timeout for. They're going to go up top here, and number 5. Bro, what are you doing? What is going on? It's like the CPU just decided to pull him on a string off the ball. You got to be kidding me. I actually do not understand what happened there. Now our only chance is a Nick kick return, and oh, dude, I thought we were about to get up out of there. All right, we'll see if offense can make another miracle, and they cannot. Indiana upsets us. We got all the way up to number 3. So obviously that was a pretty ugly loss. Indiana is not who I was expecting to drop to. The good news is with the 12-team playoff, we have a fairly decent amount of wiggle room, but ideally we run the table for the next 4 games. For whatever reason, Maryland runs the most boring offense of all time, but boys, finally, we did it. We got the pick on the curl route. I feel like I'm back on NCAA football 14, and Nick is going to take this to the crib. We got 35 points in the first half, fellas. That pick 6 actually brought a tear to my eye. We'll see if that opens the floodgates a little bit, and it seems like something happened because Nick's gonna get up out of here on the kick return. He has been hot in this department in the last few games, and it'll be his 3rd crib call of the season. This is gonna look good for the Heisman voters. Suddenly, we almost got a nice little blowout on our hands, and Nick is gonna lurk up the out route. This is kind of becoming our bread and butter here along with the verts, and this is gonna be another pick 6 anytime you get under that flat route, dude. It is just automatic to the crib. Make that 3 touchdowns on the day for our boy. That should bag this one up, but we gotta get another one here. I'm baiting hard for that 3rd pick, and we will get it. If we're gonna get to 30 on the year, boys, Nick has got to farm these weak quarterbacks, and he is doing just that today. All right, nice little bounce back dub for the fellas. Nick did his thing with 3 picks, including 2 pick 6s and a kick return touchdown. That'll give Nick another National Defensive Player of the Week. He remains at number 2 on the Heisman watch behind this Virginia Tech quarterback. With 3 games left, we're sitting at 19 picks. We are slowly but surely closing in the playoffs. Just 3 more games, and we'll start off this game against Wisconsin nice. Nick grabs his 20th pick on the season. I was shocked the quarterback threw that quick, as we're gonna try to crib this, but can't quite get up out of there. I'm once again glad that Luke Fickell turned Wisconsin away from being a good power running team and turned them into a bad passing team. How about the 2nd pick of the day in the 1st quarter, and this time can we crib it? This is gonna set up right. Just got to get around some fat men, and Nick will do it. 21 picks, and half of them have been pick 6s. Why would you not vote this man for Heisman? We are off to a great start in this one, and baiting up the curl again. Dude, that should have been another pick. For some reason, Nick just didn't put his hands out. You're slowly but surely catching on to some of these trickier routes to guard, but Wisconsin is finally going to get a touchdown. Maybe this one is not going to be a blowout after all. This would be a great time for Nick's 4th kick return touchdown on the season, and oh dude, we might have it here. Kind of a weird blocking situation to the outside, but Nick is going to get around it. It's going to be a foot race, but some of these guys actually have an angle on him, and shockingly, Nick is going to get hawked down at the 4-yard line. Come on, man. Offense was able to punch it in, but I'm sad that we've been robbed of a beautiful stat, and what happened here? Somehow our dude is completely cooked, and Wisconsin strikes back with a touchdown of their own, and this time offense turns it over. They haven't really done anything, and dude, we baited the curl again, but once again, Nick just didn't put his hands up. They're cheating me, boys. They're cheating me, I tell you. The CPU always cranks it up on you at this point in the season. And insanely enough, Wisconsin's quarterback has 270 passing yards. A nice pair with 4 interceptions. He's now got 3 touchdowns. It is a completely chaotic game. There is no way that this thing should be tied up. And I think we've cashed in our kick return for the day. So we've got a game that is way more interesting than it has any right to be. 24-21 going into the 3rd. Gotta find a way to slow down that Wisconsin momentum. And here on 3rd down, I wanted wanted him to throw that flat route. He didn't quite do it. Now we can go hunt for another pick, but uh-oh, dude. Baited it up way too much. Wisconsin is going to torch Nick this time. Sometimes you just get too greedy. All right, well, we can answer that right here with a kick return touchdown. How about it, Nick? Or maybe we will lose 5 yards instead. But offense goes down and gets the job done. They've been solid in the second half. Wisconsin's putting together another drive, though, not going out quiet. This one could definitely get scary if they punch it in, as dude is going to go to the corner, and they've got it. The question is, can offense kill a minute 40 of clock? Wisconsin's going to kick it deep, and Nick is going to do nothing. And it turns out they could. We win the Heartland Trophy. Nick maybe sold a little bit at the end, but balled out for the most part. He should have had another pick six on that curl. And finally, the world is as it should be. Nick is atop the Heisman watch. And our next game is the biggest of the season. For some reason, Oregon is ranked at number 4 at 8-3. If we can get a win in this one, we're a lock for the playoffs. We got Oregon on the road, fellas. Definitely going to be interesting. A win wouldn't like necessarily knock us out of the playoffs, but it would make it a whole lot more scary. I'm interested to see what Oregon brings on offense today. Hopefully they're more of a pass heavy offense and we should be okay. As we got on a third down here in a little curl route, they go over the middle, and that was a dime and a great catch too. This one might be tough. Oregon's got athletes all over the field, and it looks like their quarterback is pretty good. And we are going to have a huge third down here. Oregon's coming out in 5 wide and goes right to Nick. You must not have heard. You are not getting the ball over this man very often. Nice little leap and catch, and we started out good and awesome. Unfortunately, offense turns it over, so Oregon right back down here deep in the red zone. Their quarterback just throws it away. We almost had the sack. So same situation, 3rd and long, 5 wide, and this time dude is going to run a curl. Nick just has to lay down the hit, and it's 4th down. Kind of surprised that they're going for it here. Expecting a run, and that is what we're going to get as we get the stop. But bro, I actually don't know what's going on. Offense turned it over again, but this defense is trying to hold tight. But on 3rd and 2, dude, I wasn't expecting the out to get out there that quick. That is just bad defense by me straight up. Should have gotten out a little bit wider. So offense able to strike back as we're sitting in the cover 2 here. I'm trying to bait something up, but Oregon gonna go deep, and we don't even have bad defense there, but somehow Duke comes down with that. We cannot be giving up big plays like that to the Ducks. And our red zone defense has been good, but they cash it in. Feels like we need something big here. Maybe we can do it in the return game. Nick is going to angle this in and spin out. That's the cleanest spin move of his career, and I don't think anybody's gonna be able to catch him. He got caught once earlier this season, but this time he's got the angle. A huge crib call on the kick return. Now the question is, can we stop Oregon's damn offense? It seems like we might not be able to unless Nick gets another pick. And once again, they just got a guy wide open, getting into the end zone just barely. Kind of feels like one of those games where it's just Nick versus the world. We need some more big plays from him in this half. Unfortunately, Oregon moving the ball down the field again, and oh, we might be cooked. Nope, Nick catches it. Second of the day, dude, he's balling out. I mean, he's looking like the Heisman once again. Tried to get up out of there with a little juke move. That never really works out for me on these interception returns. Offense went and got a touchdown, but Oregon right back at it. Look at their running back hurdling over dudes. And here on 1st down, looks like a little counterplay. Nick will sneak around the blocker and sit down, buddy. God, forced fumble there would have been poetry. We'll get it eventually, boys, but Oregon gonna get down to the 1. Can we get a clutch stop here? Looks like they are going to run it. Dude, I should have run committed. For some reason, I wasn't sure. It's tough out here, man. Offense is almost getting completely outgained, but Nick might have a chance to make something shake here. Spins out, but gets caught. And offense not able to get the job done. Time is starting to run down at this point. Something's gonna have to happen soon. Looks like they're priming to punch it in and take a 2-score lead, but going over the middle here, and we've got a man there, Ben Keeter, with the biggest play of his life. Gotta love him. Goes and gets a touchdown after starting out this game so rough, and another nice play from Keeter. He's got 7 tackles, a pick, and a deflection. Okay, Ben. The Heisman frontrunner, not the only one stepping up today, but bro, Oregon has the wheel route just wide open. Cooked our man coverage apparently, and we're in trouble again. Looks like Oregon's gonna go with a little jet touch pass here. Tried to shoot in to get that, but they will get around the edge. Nick does get in on the tackle on the back end. This Oregon quarterback has 400 passing yards, and we'll see what we get here. Looks like a slant. Oh no, dude, it was not a slant. For some reason, I thought that was gonna be some kind of weird hook or something. Instead, it's the play I was expecting pre-snap, and Nick is just a little bit under it. He got fried. Those are the plays that can lose you a Heisman. We'll see if Nick has one more trick up his sleeve. Looks like he doesn't, and it is going to be totally up to this offense. But offense is going completely stupid right now. They have been so clutch today, and this time we got that route boxed up. And going empty here on 3rd down, we got a chance at a potential stop, and that is going to be dropped. That's Ben Keeter again, dude. So here we go, 4th 4th and 6, potentially for the season. And Oregon's gonna chuck that up deep. Nick let the wide receiver go, and our safety is beat, but somehow forces a late knockout. But it is not over yet. Offense gives it back with 35 seconds left. And uh-oh, dude, Oregon's gonna cut us up on 1st down. This is the one thing that could not happen. Just under 30 seconds left and no timeouts. The Ducks need a touchdown here and trying to get something going over the middle again. Nick was pretty close to that. And at this point, we just gotta hope. 2nd and 10. Oregon has it deep in our territory, and we'll see what they do. Dude is taken all day in the pocket and thought he was throwing our way. So we got 9 seconds left. Oregon's gonna try to just go verts at some point, and looks like that's what they're doing, but the quarterback takes a sack. How do you do that? The time is gonna run out on this game, and we storm into Oregon for the upset dub. What a game, boys. Apart from getting cooked one time, Nick had a really good one. 2 interceptions and the kick return touchdown. And we are up to number 3 ahead of our game against Nebraska, who, remember, beat the crap out of us last season. And staying atop that Heisman watch. And offense starts it out right. They're on a roll right now as we're baiting up the slant, and damn, they actually threw it. Nick is going to get his first pick off of Mini Mahomes. He won't quite be able to take this one to the house, but that's how he started out in front of these Nebraska fans here. I would just love if Nick had a big old game against the Huskers, and oh, dude is running an out route. We're on that. Gets the pick. This isn't going to be a crib call because we got a kind of weird animation. Well, offense will have the chance to get this out to a 21-0 lead. We're doing to Nebraska what they did to us last year, and man, I still don't have that first forced fumble from Nick. Was hoping to get it there. As Nebraska has a do or die 3rd and 3, they just run it up the middle. They should be doing more of that, honestly. Looks like they're going with a jet touch pass here. No, it's play action, and I see that flat. I'm trying to bait that up, but they'll go to the other side, and look at our safety coming down with the pick. This secondary has been so much better this season. Shout out to Dwayne Cadu holding it down at safety. Up 24-0 before half, and look at the guy, Ben Keeter, getting the pick, the MVP of our last game. Feels like this one's pretty much locked up, but Nebraska still trying to get back in it. Does find a guy in the end zone, and I don't know where our safety was that time. We're gonna be okay though. It feels good to just beat up on these guys, I'm not gonna lie. I hate me some Nebraska, and Nick gonna get his 3rd of the day, this time on the classic streak route. Now let's go get a 4th, dude. I don't feel done yet. Let's lurk up number 15 again. This is a weird little route combo, and Nick kind of got turned around but catches up on the out. 2nd time we got that one today. How about 4 in the season closer? Just under a minute left, and hey, how about it? Keeter's gonna get another pick. He has really emerged in these last couple games. The beatdown continues. All is right in the world. We brought the Heroes Game trophy back to Iowa City. Absolutely flawless one from our guy today. This one might have locked him down the Heisman. And hey, we got USC in the Big Ten Championship up against the Trojans, and Nick is matched up against Xavier Jordan. We saw what he can do in that USC series. In fact, we know USC has plenty of dogs at receiver. Matter of fact, they got weapons all over the field, and I feel like we beat them earlier in the season, right? It's been a little bit since I played that game, but they're looking sharp in this one. They've improved. Offense with a big time answer there, but USC is striking right back, slicing up the cover too. The Trojans offense is playing with their hair on fire right now. We just got cooked by a guy named goddamn Ladarius Finger. Offense is going crazy right now though, as Nick trying to bait up that flat. You see him diving for that one. And time actually ticking down in the 2nd quarter as Tegan Davis almost had a pick. He should have thrown it to our side, dude. Nick was cooked. Offense sadly not able to do anything there. USC takes it to half tied, and that's a big play, but Nick will get the tackle. I'm trying to show more of these like half tackles that Nick gets because I feel like it gives a better picture of what the gameplay is actually like. I've really been trying to focus on the big plays in this series because that is what the Sabakas are all about, but there's a lot that stays off camera. And speaking of big plays, we got a 3rd and goal here. USC trying to take the lead, and they had nothing to our side. Aiden Childs kind of going crazy on us right now. But offense is really coming up big today. They played one of their best games, and Nick might have been cooked, dude. I didn't realize that was Jordan at first. And okay, big stop from defense. Nick won't get the chance on the return. This will have to be a team win. The ball's not really bouncing his way. And USC just gonna brutalize this defense with an RPO. Very unlucky play. That one's gonna turn into a touchdown for the Trojans. Our offense looks playoff ready. They have been so good in really a high pressure situation, and we force a 3rd down stop. USC is gonna have a super long field goal here. Hopefully their kicker can't make this, and uh-oh, that was a freaking bomb, dude. I probably should have just simmed that one. With 2 minutes left, we could be in trouble. Offense probably can't keep doing it forever, and Nick trying to help him out hits the spin. And if this defense doesn't get a stop here, we don't deserve a Big Ten championship. Offense has been so elite, I feel like I'm playing in a damn Big 12 championship game. And case in point, the cover 2 gets sliced up. We need to just straight up stop running that in this game. And just like that, USC is back on the goal line. Nick, you haven't made a play all game, buddy. Now is the time. On second and goal, looked like they were going with an out. Nope, it's just a screen. Okay. USC's kind of messing around here. We might have a shot at a goal line stop. Let's see what we got. I am looking for the flats. And dude, the quarterback was actually trying to throw it right at Nick. Come on. Great third down coverage. We've got 4th and goal for the season. And USC is going to the out route. Nick was there, dude. Maybe I shouldn't have baited that up at all, but I thought we were on it. Xavier Jordan too fast and hitting the Heisman pose. Jordan might have just stolen away Nick's Heisman trophy. He's gonna have to make a crib call here, man. Come on. Ah, dude, we should have bounced it out sooner. I was trying to hit that little spin move, and we're up to the mercy of offense here. And offense gets a field goal somehow. I figured there was no way they would come up with some more points, and they're trying to go Hail Mary here. Nick is up in the crowd, and this one is gonna fall down short. Overtime in the Big Ten championship. This is gonna be interesting. At this point, nothing would surprise me. Nick has gotten cooked up. Offense has had the best game of their lives. And for the first time this season, Nick has low composure here. He is actually nervous, but it was only for one play. He got the tackle, and on second down, he's back to normal. And we are gonna have a third down. This is it. 3rd and 9 potentially for the Big Ten championship. And USC is gonna run for it. They went right to Nick's side, and we got blocked to all hell. I can't believe they ran that. So 1st and goal, need to try to come up with a stop, and we're not gonna get it. And Nick owes our quarterback a beer. Offense gets a touchdown and goes for 2 to win it. Defense literally did nothing in that game. Seeing the defense struggle this much and we still win, this suddenly feels like a very real chance at a national title with this team, as Nick had no picks, might have lost the Heisman, dude. But Nick did win Player of the Year with 27 picks. And let's see, for the 2nd straight season, Nick Sabatka Jr. wins the Heisman. His dad only won it once. He is going to win all the other awards as well, including Best Returner of the Year. He had 4 this time. And hey, shout out David Easton winning Best Linebacker. Loki had 10 sacks and 24 tackle for loss. We're rocking with the 2 seed in the playoff. Interesting, they jumped Miami over us. And man, we got a Big Ten matchup in the Rose Bowl. Offense comes into this game red hot, but today defense has got to help it out. And we start this out with a 3 and out. Returner of the Year gets just a little bit of space. Offense gets another field goal. This is feeling more like a Big Ten game. And how about another 3 and out on Penn State? Okay, we're in a great spot here, and once again, this team proven that it deserves to be in this situation. The 12-1 record has not been a fluke, although there have been some close games in there. And on 3rd and 4, man, you gotta feel like this is some kind of screen, and that is exactly what it is. Or maybe something else is going on. They got a corner route on the field. Penn State does finally have it down here in the red zone, but trying to get it in here, and a great tackle right near the goal line. Holding Penn State to 3 there is big. Up 13-3, we're feeling really nice, but hey man, how about a Nick interception? Right now he's not on pace to get to 30. And man, offense even getting a field goal before halftime. They're getting us a little extras. Still waiting on that Nick pick here, dude. It's bound to happen eventually. And oh, I thought he was going to throw us that out route. That's the route that Nick picked off twice against Nebraska. Another big play, 3rd and 4 from the 15. And once again, we hold. Penn State unfortunately gets a turnover. That is exactly what we didn't want to see from this offense. Nick trying to lay down the big hit. And good to see our fella getting involved. He has been very quiet. Maybe feeling the moment a little bit. He hasn't been in a situation like this before. Definitely the biggest games of his life, and Penn State really trying to make this a game. With Penn State getting a touchdown, we might be in trouble, but Nick getting out of the end zone here, and he has that beautiful lane up the middle. He's been quiet, but he's finally going to get his first touchdown in the Rose Bowl, and not looking too nervous. He struts into the end zone. So big time drive for Penn State as they're going play action here and going to the curl. Dude, we almost had it. Nick is feeling good here, trying to bait up his man in the flats, and actually coming off of his man, he's going to get the pick on the corner route. This is one of the best picks of Nick's career, and let's turn it into one of the best returns, hitting the spin and getting out of there. Are you kidding me? That could put the Rose Bowl away. Nick just earned that Heisman. What a way to get his first pick, and now Nick is really feeling it, getting around the blocker and laying the hit. I'm telling you boys, that is a pretty hard tackle to make from this camera angle. Nick is really locked in, but Penn State gets a first down. And Penn State not done just yet. They're going up to the corner route, and we can't quite get the knockout. And taking the kick return out. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Nick fumbles the ball, and Penn State picks it up quick. That is exactly what we did not need in that situation. And Penn State's quarterback trying to give him the lead is gonna fumble himself. himself, and how about that? We pick it up. Nick might have just got his rear end saved. But man, offense turns it over again. This has become another little turnover fest. And suddenly we got a big 3rd and 6 as Penn State, man, had Nick cooked over the middle. They just go to the flood route though. Nick has had some big moments, but playing kind of sloppy. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming in once again. All of a sudden we're on the ropes and Nick is gonna take it out again after fumbling the ball. Looked like he had a lane for a second. But wow, I was not expecting that. There was like 3 minutes left and offense just killed the entire clock. How about those dudes clutching up again? Look at Marco Lainez. I mean, okay, he did throw 2 picks. And Nick, to his credit, did come through with 2 touchdowns. I mean, the pick 6 was crazy. The best of his career for sure. And the kick return touchdown, really a big part of what sprung us to this win. All right, boys, so fun first round game. We got Clemson next. We're coming out in the college football playoffs in the blackout uniforms, and they're going right at Nick. I was not expecting that little post route. And this guy that Nick is matched up on is good. Might be one of the best we've seen all season. He's got that little takeoff thing. It is scary when dudes get off the line fast in this game. It's an absolutely crazy ability, and Clemson gonna get the touchdown. Not fun to get smoked up on the first drive. Offense doesn't get a touchdown, but we got Clemson backed up on the 1. They're just running it up the middle though and bouncing it outside. And where are the safeties? Dude, the safeties are just gone. And this is gonna be a stupid 99-yard touchdown for Godfrey. You gotta be kidding me. This is not going well. Offense has got to get something cooking here, and Nick not able to get working on the return. Okay, offense proving their worth going to get a touchdown. It's been crazy how much they've grown this season. And one thing I'm noticing about Nick Jr., in terms of ability, he's at about the same level as his dad. Not quite the kick returner his dad was, but man, 27 or 28 interceptions this season now, right? Those are numbers that Nick should be proud of for sure. But one thing we haven't seen a ton of yet is the clutch gene. That's something that Nick and Ziggy both definitely had, but in these big games, Nick has just looked a little bit shaky, and that is a tough route to guard, especially from the slot, but Clemson gets the tutty. Offense goes and responds, but this is where Nick needs to show something, and covering up the crosser here, he baits it up and gets the pick. This isn't going to be a crib call, but it'll put offense in great position, and Nick getting some mojo back, high stepping around, and offense is doing it today as Nick has a chance to get to 30 picks on the season, and he will. Breaks that big number he's been looking for. Just a huge milestone for his career, and he's having a great first half all of a sudden. And man, how about offense getting another touchdown? This game is for sure coming down to the wire as we're sitting in cover 2 here, and dude is gonna roll out and find a guy. We had decent coverage on that. Offense back on the board though, they just continue to go crazy as Nick manned up, and I knew that route was coming, just didn't want to bite down on it in case it was a streak. Can't take too many risks in this game as Nick has really figured out how to get around these blockers. He is literally running circles around them, but has been quiet so far in the second half, and man, Clemson finding the perfect time for the screen pass. I was not even thinking about that. So 4.5 minutes here, and oh god, dude, I got turned around, messed up my strafe. I should have been run strafing, and instead I turned to the left side, and Clemson cooks Nick for a touchdown. What an up and down game for him. And with 2 picks in his back pocket, you gotta feel calm, but dude, like that could be the play that loses us this season. Literally just one messed up strafe, and Clemson is gonna have a chance for a last minute touchdown drive. Nick has got to be careful here. He's been in straight up man coverage against a really tough receiver for most of this game. It has been hard for him to hold his own, but defense just getting a huge stop there, and Nick will have a shot at a kick return, but once again, not a lot of room to work. Was hoping we can jut up the middle. We're gonna move to the less personally risky for Nick cover 2. I am not trying to get torched again to lose the game, and here on 3rd and 4, looks like curls from Clemson. Nick has to cover up the big one, and they find something over the middle. They are really driving with a minute left. Another pick here would be beautiful, and I was trying to bait up that slant route. Thought he was going to throw it for a second. 59 seconds left and 2nd and inches as looks like a little in there, and clever play design from Clemson. Here's the season. Under a minute left. This drive is everything, and Clemson has a screen set up. Instead, they go to the other side, and we get a knockout. All right, 3rd and 3. Come on, fellas. Just need to make a couple more plays, and quarterback is scrambling here. Nick is going to come downhill, and he gets tackled. So 4th and 5. Clemson has one last chance, and go into the end zone here. Nick is on it. Who says he isn't clutch? Absolutely insane play is gonna win us the game. Hell yes, dude. Nick's first true game-winning pick couldn't have come at a better time. Got torched a couple times, but came through when it counted. He's got 31 picks on the season. We head to the Natty, and damn, look what Jarrett Bowie did to Clemson. Got LSU in the Natty. Okay, it is fun to see Iowa's name in those little gold letters. It would be a damn shame though if we went this far and didn't finish it. it. Need one more clutch game from number 2. LSU got a little drive going, but here on 3rd down, it's going to be incomplete. Big stop from this defense. And offense continuing to ball out, but LSU looking to strike right back, hitting us up the seam, and Nick has to make that tackle. Defense has been getting turnovers, but man, we have been giving up hella points. It's a weird combination of pick sixes and offense that's won us this far. And this time offense doesn't get anything. Nick's got to get something going here, and trying him on the deep ball, we're all over it. And a chance for a nice little return. This is going to be pretty hard to crib, but we'll do our best to make it happen. And field position is definitely important for this offense. I feel like this LSU quarterback Loki has another pick in him. I'm trying to bait that up here. You could tell he was kind of thinking about it. And with like 25 seconds left, Nick's going to get the chance to return and gets out of there and breaks a tackle. Might have a shot to make something, but only gets to the 37. Offense comes out and throws a pick. Man, they're kind of like this defense, sort of all or nothing. It's either a turnover or a big play, it feels like. And here we got a 3rd and 10. LSU, it looks like going with a corner, but hits the middle of the field and reclaims the lead. And you'll never guess who that is, dude. That is Michael Turner, the dude who cooked for us so much in the ULM dynasty. Offense gets a field goal, and no more blaming them. We gotta go get some damn defense going. Nick has one pick in this, but needs another impact play. And oh, bro, I second guessed myself. We had that sniffed. Gotta try to hold him to a field goal here. We've got good coverage. The quarterback is gonna scramble, but we've got a guy there, and somehow dude stepped out of bounds. Okay, so massive 4th and inches. I'm gonna run commit, and they just go right up the middle. Damn, dude, LSU takes a 2-score lead. Need it so bad, offense. Come on, man. They've got 4th and 9, and they get it. Come on, boys. Come on. Go get a touchdown. Let's go, offense. All right, man. We got to play for these boys. Come on. Nick, you clutched up last game. Let's see it again. Oh, man, that was a risky throw. They're going up the seam with just 3 minutes left, and it looks like they're passing it here, dude. Going to the flat, and once again, just kind of second guess that. I don't know if that would have been a pick, but damn. All right, LSU going with a little screen, and this is going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. Bro, how are we at the 2-minute warning and there's 1:59 on the clock? EA's actually trying to cheat us here. 3rd and 9, and okay, they're running it to the outside. Nick wasn't there, but we get it. That was 3rd and 3, obviously, by the way. And damn, dude, LSU going for a 57-yard field goal, 58-yard field goal. Nick is not going to have the chance to return this. It had plenty of leg. All right, so it is going to be up to offense again. They're going to have to go 60 yards, and it's 4th and 1. Come on, boys. Come on. They turn it over. Need some magic here, and okay, the boys aren't giving up yet. We're going to get this to 3rd down. There's no way they pass it here, right? Nick's on the other side of the field for some reason, and oh god, they're running it to the outside, and Nick makes the tackle. We take the timeout. He's going to get the chance of the punt return. Oh my god, they're going for a 62-yard field goal? Hold up just a minute, bro. This is crazy. We can return this, right? I was hoping for a chance at a punt return, and what? Like what? That would have been good from freaking 66. What is going on here? God damn, they got Justin Tucker's genetically engineered son back there. With 25 seconds left, our only chance is probably a kick return touchdown, and dude, we're not going to be able to get it. And offense can't quite do it. LSU is going to be national champions. Nick falls just short in his junior year. What a year it was. The boy played his heart out all season, had the pick today, but it wasn't enough. And man, we'll see if we can get back here senior year. It might be tough. The question is, will Nick stay for another year? Most people would say, man, he should probably go to the draft this year. Coming off of a 32 pick season, I mean, you got to imagine that he's the #1 pick. Dude had 8 pick sixes. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. 32 interceptions, 5 kick return touchdowns, a 2nd straight Heisman Trophy, and a national championship appearance. Nick Sabaka Jr.'s junior season was undoubtedly the greatest in college football history, but in this video, we're going to top it by a mile. After the heartbreaking loss in the Natty, Nick Jr. was deeply depressed. Even though he had undoubtedly carried Iowa throughout the season, he couldn't help but feel responsible for the loss. So despite being a surefire #1 overall pick in the NFL draft, he knew he had to come back for one more season to try to get that championship. I'll be playing Nick's whole senior season in this video to cap off the greatest career ever seen in college football. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The first game of the season is going to be very difficult, boys. We're taking on Georgia. You're going to find out really quickly if this Iowa team is built for a natty this season. Shockingly, we actually have the overall advantage in this game, and this defense has looked really good so far against a talented roster, as Nick is getting tried for the first time this season and will come down with the pick. We're going for 50 on the year, boys. We got to cash in on those streak routes. That's how we get it going. Unfortunately, offense turns it over, so we're right back at it, and we baited up the curl, but Nick just did not put his hands up. Man, I thought I had that played perfectly. That would have potentially been a pick 6 too. So just like that, Georgia's got a 1st and goal, and the Bulldogs strike back, finally getting into the end zone. An answer from offense would be nice here, as Nick, trying to make something happen on the return, spins out but can't quite break it to the outside. Unfortunately, offense gets nothing, and now Georgia is cooking. Their offense has come alive, and it seems like all of their receivers just have these crazy abilities. We just got cooked by a dude named Nitro Tuggle. Okay, offense thankfully able to get an answer as they're in bunch here, and Nitro Tuggle is gonna cook us up again. This one's going all the way to the crib. We do not have anybody apart from Nick fast enough to catch this dude. Offense turns it over. Now we're really in trouble, and Nick gets caught lacking in the flat and misses the tackle. Georgia has 28 points on this defense in the first half. We'll see if Georgia just takes this to halftime, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to try to do. Nice tackle from Nick. Okay, ideally we can at least get a chance at a punt return here, as Georgia's just going to run it again, and oh my god, where is everybody? Somehow this is going to turn into a touchdown. I don't know why our linebackers are so slow, but we are getting dunked on by the Bulldogs. We're going to have a special second half to win this game, as Georgia's going for the 3rd down here, dumping it off to the curl, and Nick gets the forced fumble. Let's go. His 1st on the season. He didn't have one all of last year, but that is a huge play. That puts us right back in this game, but we're gonna need some more stops, and this Georgia running back is going crazy. He's got 160 yards. And here on 1st down, looks like Georgia's going with some kind of screen. I'm trying to bait that up. No, instead they're going up top, and our dude is gonna get mossed. Nah, man, there's no way this is the number 14 team in the country. Georgia's roster is actually insane. I feel like we're going to be seeing these boys again in the playoffs for sure, but it's not over yet. Nick trying to cook something up on the return and almost getting out of there. That gives offense some life. Offense has been so good in this game. It's crazy that they've kept us in it, and just one more turnover could give us a chance to tie it. Might have a chance to create one here on 3rd and 5, but I was not expecting that dude to run a drag, and Nick trying to break that up can't get in there, and that is going to take us to the 4th. Need some magic here, fellas. We got another chance at a 3rd down, and this time, oh man, I was expecting an out route. They find a curl over the middle. That's just too easy. Luckily, it looks like Georgia's going to keep on passing the ball for the time being. More shots for turnovers is good, but we're cooked. My god, dude, number 33 is way too slow. Whoever that is needs to get off the field. And offense turns it over. Georgia beats us by multiple scores, hanging 56 on this defense. Look at that 2nd quarter. I really think this is the best team we'll play all year. Nick fought really hard to keep his team in it with the pick and the forced fumble, but just not quite enough. Thankfully, we only dropped to number 8 in the rankings, and the last few times we played Iowa State, we've had a pretty good time, but man, they gash us on the run here. Nick has to come all the way to the other side of the field to lay the hit. We do have Iowa State to 3rd and 10 here though, and they're just going to the out route. We get the tackle. I really do not want to leave this game up to offense. Let's go get some pick sixes, boys. This one could be it, but unfortunately, they had a fast receiver coming right at us. Still should put us in great position to take the lead here. Offense, of course, cashes that in. How about we go get one of those 5-pick days, boys? That would be real nice right now. Defense has been eating so far. We'll get a chance at a punt return here, but dude, I just didn't play that well. Tried to set up for a spin and we didn't have the room for it. ISU is going to have a chance to get back in this game before halftime, and oh man, I baited that up way too much. This is the thing that kills me in these games, dude. I get way too greedy. A lot of the time it works out for Nick, but it looks pretty stupid when it doesn't. So somehow we find ourselves trailing in the 3rd quarter, and now ISU just has a ton of momentum. Kind of like in this year's real life game, man. We looked like the better team by far at the start of the game, but after a few big plays, we are on the ropes, and a loss in this game would maybe kill our college football playoff hopes, but my god, what a spin by Nick. But offense only gets a field goal. With just 4 minutes left, ISU has a 5-point lead. Nick's dreams of taking this team to the national title are crumbling right before his eyes. This is where he's got to make something happen, and here on the play action pass, he baited up the out route and gets it. Let's go. Best pick of the season so far. Couldn't have come at a better time. And offense cashing it in. We got to go play some defense, fellas. Dude's running a zig route on Nick there, and man, I thought we had the leverage. Very tough route to guard with this camera angle, and thankfully on 1st down we will get a sack. Okay, the momentum seems to be back on our side, as Nick's man trying to run a C route. We're all over that. Okay, so 3rd and 22, expecting verticals here probably. Let's see what we get. Nick is baiting that up, and give me that 3rd pick on the day. Come on, Nick, let's do something with this, buddy. Haven't had a pick 6, but Nick will cleverly navigate around, and this one is gonna go in. Nick almost single-handedly puts us back on top by 2 scores, or actually I guess it still only is 1 score. This is where we gotta lock down. Can't be over aggressive, as ISU actually runs the ball there. So we're gonna have 4th and 3 potentially for the game, and let's see, dude's running an out route, and we're on it. Let's go, dude. It'll be be another crib call, 4th of the day. This was not your traditional 4-pick game, but that one should bag this thing up. I know this game isn't technically over, but I'm going to keep on playing for picks, and oh my god, I was not expecting them to come to us there. And here on 4th and 28, it's got to be verts. We know what's coming, so we'll bait it up, but uh-oh, that might have actually been a good ball, but Nick knocks it out. Just 4 minutes ago, we were down by 5 points. This is the effect that Nick can have on a game. Just totally flipped it on its head. 4 picks, 2 of them being pick sixes. After that, Nick gets his first national award of many this season. So next we got Western Michigan. When we take on a team like this, I want to see Nick pad those Heisman stats, and what better way to start it off than a 100-yard pick six? Whenever we lurk up the flats in this game, there is going to be nobody who can catch Nick, not that there normally is, and he is going to go all the way to the house, high stepping at the 10-yard line. Let's go. So we got the interception game going. Now I want to get the kick return game going. It's always refreshing when we take on these slow teams because all of a sudden the return game just opens up so much. Offense has not been lights out so far, but they're going to give us a 10-point lead, and I want to see at least one more pick before halftime. I'm trying to bait a little something up here, but oh my god, there is somebody on our defense who's been getting cooked just about every time someone runs a corner route in man coverage this year. Against Western Michigan, come on guys. And thankfully we do, but I am far from satisfied with this game. Nick's gonna have to get some more action here. Need a big play here to put this one to bed, but at this point, Western Michigan's actually getting a great push. There is nobody there. We are not playing like a national title team right now. Sit down though, you gotta fumble that ball, running back. Need a nice little stop here on 3rd and 1, as Western Michigan gonna run it up the middle, and once again, just getting a good push. There are definitely concerns to be had with this defense, and we are fully on upset alert. Man, Nick almost had that comeback lurked up, but just a perfect ball by the quarterback. This is gonna be interesting. 4th quarter, and Western Michigan surprisingly passing the ball. Instead, we got 2nd and goal, and this time it's a run. We do get the tackle. Okay, big play, boys. Western Michigan's going with 3 fullbacks, and somehow we didn't see that coming. Tie ball game in the 4th. Are you kidding me? I would love it if we could just take a kick return to the house here, man. Nothing crazy. Nick is going to get tackled though. Okay, offense does thankfully get a touchdown, but all of a sudden, Western Michigan's offense has a ton of confidence. Our defense has really struggled in the second half, and Western Michigan going for it all here. Our safety is somehow going to pick that ball off. That is a huge play. Shout out to Dwayne Cadu, but offense can't close it out. Western Michigan once again has a chance to tie it up, and dude, just what is happening with our man coverage? We're coming in at like a 93 overall. We should way out athlete Western Michigan, but they've somehow just found ways to get guys open. All right, this is where Nick has been getting a pick. 2nd and 10. Let's see. I'm trying to bait that up, and once again, that same route is open. Who is getting cooked in there? There might have been some bumpage on that one, as oh my god, he's gonna test Nick here, and I got turned around a little bit, but Nick still comes down with it, and thank god, dude, this is gonna be a pick six. We needed that in the worst way. 69 yards to the crib this time, and Kinnick Stadium has come back alive. But man, win or lose, we've gotten outgained by 100 yards by Western Michigan. This team might have more problems than I thought after the Georgia game, and 2 picks, not satisfying for me. I want another one before we get out of here. Thought we had that baited up, but once again, like, what is happening with our coverage downfield? This is not a problem we've had a lot in past seasons, but this time we're gonna get the pick. Nick's teammates did make a couple of big plays in this game, so that is gonna do it. Very difficult game for some reason, and without Nick, I don't know if this team was making it happen. Had 2 picks, both to the crib. That performance will earn our guy a 2nd National Defensive Player of the Week. And look at this, Nick not on the Heisman watch, but Georgia has some boys on here. We saw that in our first game. And next up, we're taking on Wisconsin in the beautiful stripe out. I'm definitely biased, but I think that a Kinnick Stadium stripe out is just about the most beautiful sight in college football. And how about Cadu starting it out with a pick, getting a little bit of waving going early on. Last year, I seem to remember us absolutely pummeling Wisconsin, and I'm hoping that we can do that again today, as look at Nick getting a nice return going. We really haven't seen a whole lot from him in the return game this season. In the kick return game, that is. He's had plenty of interception returns. And we got a 3rd down here, chance to get great position for a return, as Wisconsin's just going to run it, and I was supposed to be there, but a great tackle is going to stop dude short. All right, can we make something happen regardless? Nick is going to take it the wrong direction and gets absolutely nothing. Offense does get a touchdown though, and man, I need a pick here soon. We've got 7 picks on the season, but weirdly it feels like we're off track. And oh man, missed opportunity there. I saw that way too late. Kind of a bizarre passing play from Wisconsin, as on 3rd down, looks like another play action, and this time Nick is not near the play, but lays down the hit and stops dude short. This defense is locking up on Wisconsin. Nick hasn't gotten this many chances at a punt return all year, and trying to make something happen happen here, we'll at least get respectable yardage. We're up 17 points and Wisconsin only has 17 yards of total offense, but finally getting a big play here. This is actually going to be a huge play and Nick's going to have to track this guy down. So Wisconsin does have a chance to get back in this game here, but Nick is baiting that up and will jump the little corner route. I wasn't sure if he was going to throw that, so I hesitated just a little bit, but a quick recovery and this is going to the bank. We are dunking on Wisconsin again. This is exactly what I wanted to see. And with a big lead, Wisconsin's going to have to pass it here. I think Nick could be primed for a huge second half. Wisconsin's going to come out with a little play action here, and I see that flat. We are once again going to get to it just a half second late, but we're going to get one of those for sure before this game is done. And Wisconsin's going to run Nick's way here. I was trying to go for the big hit, but somehow dude shrugs that off. Still a nice play by Nick to fight around the block to get in there. Nick has gotten so much better in run support these last couple of seasons and baiting up the streak. This is something he's been good at since he was a freshman, and now we're starting to see the stats. This could definitely turn into a 4-pick game. Unfortunately, Wisconsin has kind of stopped throwing the ball Nick's way. In fact, they've actually been playing pretty good offense going into the fourth quarter. So this game might not be totally over as they came right to Nick on the slant. Oh boy, we gotta pick that thing. Good knockout there regardless. I just never really expect them to throw those quick balls as they're gonna go up top here, and Kadu getting his second pick of the day, right? Or no, his last pick was in the Western Michigan game. He's been balling this season, man. And that'll bag up what was a dominant game through 3 quarters. Kind of got a little bit closer at the end. Nick has a good but not great game by his standards. 2 interceptions and how many touchdowns? 1. And after that one, Nick is finally up in the Heisman watch, up to number 2. And how about our guy Jalen Keys coming in at number 5? Through 4 games, Nick is sitting at 9 interceptions on the season, so on pace to catch around the same number as last year. Hopefully we can boost those numbers up. All of a sudden, we're up to number 4 in the country and back at home taking on Rutgers today. I'm hoping for a nice little blowout in this one. Offense didn't start it out well, but Nick is gonna start it out with a diving one-handed pick. That was one of the nastiest plays of his career. I cannot believe we caught that. Looked like we were cooked for sure. Dude got off the line faster than I was expecting. Unfortunately, offense instantly turned it over. So Rutgers has pretty decent field position here, but on 3rd and 5, we just boxed up that entire side of the field. They'll have to punt. I do think it's funny how weird the punting logic is in this game. Tons of teams punting from inside the 40. But bro, offense just threw a pick 6. What is going on? Apparently Rutgers has a goddamn menacing defense. And trying to run a screen to Nick's side here, dude is not gonna throw it, and actually eventually does. I was trying to bait it up a little bit. I missed an NCAA 14 when that was just an auto throw from the CPU. And on 3rd and 10, we're gonna get to the quarterback. Okay, I think it's safe to say that offense needs a little boost. This is a short kick, but Nick actually has a little bit of room. Never mind, that closed up quick. Okay, they did finally get a touchdown, and Rutgers go into the air here. They're gonna try to hit the seam. I felt like Nick was cooked up low-key, but his teammate gets the pick. That's big. All right, we finally take our first lead in the game with a little bit left in the second, and going to the sideline here. Oh, bro, Nick's got to be on that. Dude ran the route just a little bit weird, and Nick trying to bait up the curl, and cornerback just takes off. Defense has been really good. Rutgers doesn't have an offensive point yet. Let's see what we get on 3rd and 7. Looks like out routes. Nick was fried, but we get the stop. Headed to halftime. This is looking like a pretty classic Iowa game. I'm gonna need a pick 6 here soon. Was hoping it was gonna be nice and easy, but Rutgers quarterback rolling out here and finding the wheel route. The Scarlet Knights are gonna take the lead. We might actually be in real trouble if something doesn't happen soon, and Nick trying to get into the box there, but it's a first down. Need a pick in the worst way, buddy. Come on. Rutgers is going to go to the seam. Wasn't expecting that play call at all. We're cooked. It's gonna take some goal line magic, and on first down, they're just running it up the middle, and we cannot stop it. 2-score lead, really? Okay, our offense has got to get their act together, and dude just decided to not block for Nick at all. And offense turns it over. All of a sudden, Rutgers can do no wrong. They're cooking our defense. We actually cannot stop the run right now. I've been surprised this year. Our defenses seem to be worse than last season, even though they're like a better overall. Just got to try to bait up these flats. Let's see. Okay, they're going with a run play. For some reason, I thought that was slants, and they do get in. Are we getting blown out by Rutgers? What does the world come to, man? I'm trying to make something happen on the return. And yeah, man, this is over. There's nothing we can do. This is incredibly concerning for our college football playoff hopes. We might have to run the table now. Getting dunked on by a mid-Rutgers team at home is really going to drop us in those rankings. It almost felt like this game was totally out of Nick's control. After that first interception, he didn't really have a chance at anything. And yeah, that is going to drop us all the way down to number 17. It's going to be a climb to get back to the top. And after that one, Nick drops in the Heisman watch. We do have a nice chance to get back on track, taking on USC on the road. They're ranked number 13 and started out by cooking up our cover 2. USC gave us a ton of trouble in the conference championship last year, and they're going up top. Nick is cooked, but somehow leaps for the pick. Are you kidding me? I was not expecting a streak route this far in the red zone, and that was a lucky one. And I guess offense actually has a little bit of life today. I don't know where this energy was against Rutgers, but we're in a good spot, up 10-0, and man, what a play from our linebacker to knock that away. Thought that crosser was about to be going damn near to the house. Instead, Nick will get his first chance at a return, but of course there's a dude running right at him. Can we get out of here though? Okay, tried to cut that back in. Gotta keep our foot on the gas here, boys, but they cooked our cover 2 again. That was a wider split than I thought, and this one is going to the bank. That's Xavier Jordan, the fastest man around. I completely forgot that prime Xavier Jordan was on this USC team. He might be a headache to deal with, but Nick is going to get out of there, and finally we're gonna get our kick return touchdown. Comes at a really nice moment too, leading us into halftime with a 2-score lead, and Nick will take a bow for the USC crowd. That'll hopefully give us back a little bit of Heisman hype, but oh no dude, I spoke too soon on us being up 2 scores at halftime. Somehow they snuck that past us again, and Xavier Jordan once again is gonna take it to the house on this defense. And offense turns it over with just 15 seconds left. We are suddenly in very real trouble of going down before halftime. Let's see what we get here on 1st and goal. USC's quarterback is gonna take off, and just like that, they take the lead in under a minute. I don't know how that happened. Squandering a lead like that is not a good feeling, but offense came out of halftime nice. The thing is, we just have no room for error here, boys. We lose this game, the season could potentially be over, and I really don't want Nick to end his career without a national title. As USC's got a 3rd down here, and just running a little curl action, we get the knockout. Okay, USC will have 4th and 1, and I thought they were running it our way. Instead, the quarterback keeps it, and no way he's gonna get that. How did he break out of there? It's just one of those games where the computer will find any way to cook you, and bro, that should have been a pick. Why are you just sticking one hand up in the air, bro? What's that gonna get us? Now we got 4th and 1, and running with a stick. Oh dude, just barely got his feet in bounds. 2 4th down conversions is demoralizing, and USC's running back goes right through our safety for the touchdown. Offense thankfully able to get a touchdown. Now defense has got to get a stop, and we just cannot tackle right now. I'm going to really need Nick to get a pick here. He's played fine, but needs to make another play. 3rd and 7, and they're just throwing a screen. Come on, somebody make a tackle. Thank you very much. Definitely an interesting play call from USC there, and unfortunately we go 3 and out. So we're fighting for our college football playoff lives, and once again, the tackling just atrocious. Like, how do you not get that guy on the ground? He might just be doomed. I think our best hope is to hold USC to a field goal, and it is going to be 3rd and 6. Okay, come on, fellas. They're in split back. Looks like they are. Okay, I don't know what this play is, but they've got a guy over the middle and miss him. Thank you. Offense is going to have 2 minutes to cook. We'll see if Nick can get something going here and makes a move to the inside and cuts it out. Nick Sabatka is going to make his biggest play of the season, taking it to the house with just a couple minutes left. Let's go, dude. Haven't had a kick returning game like this in a while. Defense has been rough all day. Just need one more stop, but we're not going to get it, are we? Seems like no matter what we call, we're getting fried up. Either Nick is getting a pick or offense is winning us this game. And oh, dude, they ran a screen to his side. Why do they not throw that? A screen pick would bring joy to my heart, but instead USC just dumping it to the flats. Okay, 3rd down. Obviously this is 2 down territory for the Trojans at this point. And on 3rd and 5, expecting a curl, we're gonna get it and knock that out. Number 26. Let's go. Okay, 4th and 5. This is huge. Trying to go cover 2 and just seeing the curl, but they sneak a dragon underneath. And yeah, man, that pretty much encapsulates our game. And USC 1st and goal is shockingly going to pass it. And okay, we get the knockout. Gotta find a way here. Expecting a run, but no, we get an RPO. That's fine. Cannot blame Nick for selling out for that. And boys, offense answers. We're gonna have 55 seconds left. I'm nervous as hell here, and dude, the man coverage is scary. I really just don't even know what to run at this point. USC is gonna go to the sideline. Okay, we got 3rd and 5. All right, Nick is manned up against Xavier Jordan, and dude is going to run an out route. We're on that, but man, they are moving the ball fast. This is not good. They're going with a weird bunch quads look here. I don't really know how to defend this, and looks like it's just a screen. No, they throw it over the middle, and our linebacker gets it. The clutch pick does not come from Nick. Keeter would be proud. Let's go Easton, dude. We sneak out of there with a huge win. Needed it in the worst way. Not a lot of chances for Nick in the passing game, but he did it in the return game today. 2 touchdowns, 280 yards. Come on now. And we know those Heisman voters love a kick returner, boys. Mid-season, Nick is sitting at a respectable 11 interceptions, but to meet our goals, we really got to get those numbers up. Next, we got Purdue, who for some reason is ranked number 9 in the country. And apparently we got our blackout unis on the road, as Purdue might be ranked for a reason, fellas. They cook up our defense, which to be fair, a lot of teams have been doing this season. And the Boilermakers started out on top. Nick is feeling it, coming off the kick returning game he had last week though, and spinning out here is somehow going to create some room. Won't be a crib call, but solid field position for this offense. Need a big turnover game from Nick. The last couple have been calm. If he wants to get those pick numbers up, he's got to start going crazy. On 3rd and 1, see, normally they would throw that out route. Instead, he hits the stick. It would really be unfortunate if we went out losing to Purdue and Rutgers, but that might be what we're about to do. Once again, I get too greedy for the pick, just baiting it up way too much. But in that case, we were just a few steps behind, and Nick tries to take that up the middle. Nothing doing. It has straight up just been a bad, nasty game so far, but finally, something good is going to happen. You see there, I basically baited up that streak route the same way. It all depends on how the quarterback throws it, but we get the big play we needed. Offense has got to cash this in, and they do. Thank you, boys. They've been really good since that Rutgers game, or really apart from the Rutgers game, I should say. I would of course be happy to see another pick from Nick here, and I thought we were about to get it on that zig route. Big play at this point. We're in the cover 2, and Purdue got a little out route there. Oh man, we should have baited that up. Instead, they go deep and we just swatted away. So we see the classic punt from the 41 on 4th and 3, only in the Big Ten. But very unfortunately, offense threw a pick 6. That's their second in a couple of games. I don't know what's going on there, but Nick is swamped on the return. Thankfully, they answer. Back-to-back 30-point games for this offense is not bad at all. Iowa is transitioning with the new Big Ten, it appears, and trying to bait up a little curl route here. Oh no, dude. Our guy gets fried on the fade ball. This defense just can't catch a break right now. I would love if we could get like a fumble or something, like a little gift, you know? We have been getting plenty of gifts from our offense, I'll say that. But this time they end up punting it. Defense, please come through here. We should not be struggling this much against an 85 overall offense. And the thing is too, they're throwing it like a lot. We should have more picks. And looks like a little RPO here. There we go, bro. That feels so good. You have no idea. This one's going back to the bank, and Nick delivers. Give him his 3rd Heisman. Come on now. I'm very surprised that dude threw that. And oh man, we almost got a screen pick. Y'all saw Nick trying to leap for that thing too. Purdue's going screen here, and oh man, nobody on that side. Looks like Purdue's gonna start it out with a shot, and we're in the cover 2. Our safety has to get over and doesn't, but dude drops the ball. Okay, so 3rd and 6. This time Purdue going with corner routes, and we're all over that. How about a little pressure from this defense? That's nice. Okay, 2 huge stops from the boys. And do I take this out? We actually got some room. I'm gonna take it out. Why not? We will spin out, and I shouldn't have taken it out. And we have mounted another nice little comeback, as looked like Purdue was going with the screen, and we get the D-line pick. What? Blink twice, and we've got 50 points on the board. And another example of how Nick can just turn a game around. We were dead in the water until that pick 6, and getting a 3rd on the day. This one should be very good news for the polls, as Nick coming through with 3 interceptions. That's the game I wanted to see, and one of the nicest pick 6s of his career in my opinion. We are back in the top 10 just in time for a big matchup at Penn State, and Nick taking this out of the end zone is gonna make a move, and he is out of here, boys. The kick return game has been great this season. I believe that's our 3rd or 4th touchdown, right? Couldn't have asked for a better start, and oh boy, I'm trying to bait that up. If it was NCAA 14, I would have got him to throw it my way. Honestly, maybe should have just run a big loop around him here, as Penn State going to us deep, and we might be in trouble, but Nick recovers like crazy, somehow catches the pick. And yeah, this game is just one of those ones. The energy is different for Nick. He is ready to prove that he deserves his 3rd straight Heisman Trophy. We've got a chance to really make a statement that we need to be in the college football playoff, and Nick's in the cover 2 here, but playing the post and gets the pick. And oh boys, we might actually have a shot to crib this. Come on, man. This will be so dope. Nick is going to swerve out some guys and will beat the quarterback. This might be the best pick 6 of his career, dude. That was clean as hell. Potential Heisman moment in this first quarter for our boy, and we just got to keep eating in this game. I can tell this quarterback is a turnover machine. He has no fear, and baiting him up again. These wide receivers are just slow enough, and 3 interceptions and a kick return touchdown in the first quarter is nuts. We have stormed into Penn State with a 21-point first quarter. It has pretty much all been Nick, but man, we missed the big hit on the quarterback. Come on now. If we got a forced fumble there, I don't know. And oh man, Nick had that baited up, almost gets another pick, but drops it. Come on. And Penn State actually going to come out running the same play there. It would have been crazy crazy if we pick that off. Instead, we'll get a big hit on the RPO. But Penn State is finally doing something on offense. I am really not trying to see this game get close. And here on 2nd and goal, oh my god, I thought we were on our way to another pick. Got just a little bit too inside, but we get some kind of penalty on Penn State. Crazy that we've got 3 picks and have missed opportunities for 2 more, but Penn State will get into the end zone here. You know what would be clean here is another kick return touchdown, and no shot, dude. We spun everybody out. I know this isn't going to be a crib call, but that's still clean. Nick is just feeling it today. Offense thankfully getting a field goal. That's big for slowing down Penn State's momentum, and we play the C route perfectly. I can't believe that quarterback threw that, man. The ball is like a magnet to Nick right now. And absolutely no shot on playing conservative here. I'm going to try to go for another pick, and Penn State's going to go to the end zone. We're definitely going to get another couple of shots at picks. And Nittany Lions are running it here. We whiff on the tackle in the hole. That was ugly. Unbelievably, the Nittany Lions have a chance to make this a 1-score game here, and they are going to do just that. Running back throwing himself into the end zone. And offense throws a pick. What is going on? There is suddenly a lot of pressure on this Iowa team. We got a 3rd down here. Nick in the cover 2 almost got fooled by that curl, but plays it, and we do get the sack. Okay. And offense had a drive going, but once again turns it over. Now we could really be in trouble. They have so much momentum. We need just one more big play from Nick. Apart from him, this defense has not really been good today. Penn State's total yardage is pretty high at this point. Come on, man. Need a pick in the worst way. Nope. Penn State's just gonna run it again, and I got way too far inside. Somehow these boys are gonna take the lead. Unbelievable. But here with 3.5 minutes left, Penn State's actually gonna take a deep shot. Looks like we have a guy there in the cover 2, but that ball was beautifully placed, and dude lays out for it for the 1st down. There is some kind of voodoo in the air right now. The game just does not want us to win, and they'll go right up the middle for the touchdown. All right, 3 minutes left. We need a touchdown on this drive 100%. Nick is going to try to bounce that out, but nothing doing. Offense did choose just the right time to come alive. They get another clutch score as Nick baiting up the C route again, and let's go. 5th pick of the day. Come on, man. And how about a touchdown from offense? We can finally breathe easy in this one. A totally bizarre day, but it's turned out to be a great one for Nick. I would love a 6th interception. That's not something that we've done, but instead Penn State slices us over the middle. Okay, I pray that they do not get this onside. Nope, we recover. That win might have just sent us to the Big Ten championship game, as Nick went absolutely unconscious with 5 interceptions, a pick 6, and a kick return touchdown. So now we got Minnesota, who is coming in at a terrible 0-8 record. Nick starting it out with a tackle. This is one of those games that we just can't lose as a top 5 team, and they're running curls here. Nick baits it up and gets the pick. We weren't in perfect position, but Nick is gonna break out of there, and this is somehow gonna turn into a house call. Another Heisman moment for the boy. He leaps into the end zone. This game is going pretty much how it should go. We head into the 2nd quarter, and Nick's still only with 1 pick. I want to pump those numbers up. This is where we need to bait a little something up, and we are gonna do just that on the streak route. There's our 2nd on the day, and we got a lane, boys. Minnesota has some slow boys for whatever reason, and we're gonna take this to the crib for a many-yard touchdown. The 2nd half's been kind of boring. They're not really coming Nick's way, but they did there. Man, we were so close to another pick 6, and I was hoping for another pick, but that is gonna go ahead and do it for this one. We have just been dominating these trophy games in Nick's career. Nick nabs another National Defensive Player of the Week, and he is closing in on that 3rd Heisman, boys. So we are up to number 3 in the country, and next up we're taking on Illinois, who has this scrambling quarterback. I know dude is going to be annoying, and here on 1st down he is going to dot us up with a laser over the middle, Illini moving the ball. This one has trap game written all over it, and Illinois running Nick's way there. He was almost there for the tackle, but we were just a little bit off on our angle, and Ho gonna get the touchdown to start it. Somewhat surprisingly, Illinois is a fast-paced offense, and our defense struggling so far in this 1st half. Got a chance at a stop here on 3rd down, and Illinois just running curls. I had it baited up, but he throws it to the other side. It's just another one of those games where if we don't get the picks, it's gonna get rough. It is so hard to just get straight up stops playing cornerback. Like, this dude already has 200 passing yards in the 1st half. So far, Illinois has basically been dominating this game, but going up top here, big mistake, buddy. Finally, we get the 1st pick of the day, and offense needs to go cash this in, boys. And thankfully they do. Now we gotta find a way to get another stop, and they're coming our way on the hitch. Man, so close to another pick. All right, 3rd and 10. Come on, man. Let's see what we got. Looks like they're gonna take a deep shot. No, they go to the screen, and of course, just nobody on the left side. We cannot stop these guys. Hoping for some help here on 3rd and 1, but no, they just go the other way. This is so frustrating. All right, 2nd and 8. Looks like Illinois is going to go with the pass. We're in man coverage. They try to hit the fade ball, but that was actually great defense. Okay, this feels like a huge play. I'm watching out for those curls, and instead they are just going to run the ball. We're all over it. Let's go. Finally, a little bit of daylight for us to take the lead. Nick is going to take it out from deep in the end zone and trying to cut it to the outside. Has a burst of speed. He slowed down a little bit on the cut, but Nick is going to get up out of there. Dang, dude, we needed that so bad. I knew offense wasn't going to score again, too. These are the games where we earn that Heisman. These grinded out games where Nick's team, like, essentially 100% needs him to make those plays. He has just delivered again and again as Illinois is going to the seam there. And oh man, I thought we were about to get in there. But the drive is just going to continue. Illinois going to the seam again, though. And this time we get the pick. And thankfully they do. Just like that, we're back up by 2 scores. And give me that. Dude, they never throw that slant route. This quarterback is choking and Nick takes this down to the 12. Let's go, dude. Talk about a score that doesn't represent what 90% of this game has been like. And it's going to get blown open even more. We just barely get to that flat route. The acceleration on Nick is actually crazy, dude. When he goes to the combine, he might run the fastest 40-yard dash in NFL history. This is what Nick does, boys. Flips games on their damn head. We have seen that game after game, and give me the 4th pick. Nick was a little bit behind that, but the recovery is crazy. We haven't seen recovery like that since Dante Manello. That was an insane 3rd quarter, dude. 36 points in 1 quarter. We get out of there with a big dub. Nick started off quiet, had 0 solo tackles on the day, but was just unconscious in the 2nd half. 4 picks, 1 to the crib, and had the kick return. It is really looking like Nick's gonna lock down that 3rd Heisman. With 2 games left, he's sitting at 25 picks. As next up, we'll head to Michigan State. Michigan State coming in at 82 overall, which is much lower than most of the teams we played in the Big Ten, so hoping for an easier game for sure. Their quarterback started out with a dime, but trying to go to the flats here. What are you doing? You absolute idiot. You absolute buffoon. Nick didn't even really bait that up, and this will be an easy crib call. 14-point lead just a minute into the game, and looking to extend that lead here. Michigan State's got a 3rd down, and once again, this quarterback makes a stupid throw. Nick is the king of baiting up those streak routes, and this could turn into a pick 6. Showed a burst of speed, but I think I maybe did a little bit too much wiggling. All right, yeah, 3 minutes in, this is the exact game I was hoping for. And how about Nick's teammate coming down with a pick? This quarterback is actually trash. This might end up rivaling our 3rd quarter from last week as Nick defending the post and gets his hands on that ball. I think we're going to get an illegal touching or DPI though. And that is what we get. Very lame. I couldn't even see my damn player. As Michigan State's running back actually making a quite shiced move. Got a little 3rd and 5 here, and it looks like a streak. No, dude is going to run a curl, and we're on it. Almost got the pick. Look at offense averaging 26 yards a play. Michigan State was finally able to get on the board with a field goal, and they got the stop as, oh my god, dude. Sometimes this just happens in man coverage. You get these terrible angles, and all of a sudden it's a crib call for the offense. All of a sudden, this feels just a little bit like that Penn State game, or maybe not. I guess we're just going to keep pouring on the picks. 3 in the 1st half, and somehow there's nobody on Michigan State to catch Nick. Those boys have given up, and he will once again take it to the bank. I would be so happy if we got 4 on 1 half, and we might be getting it here, but that ball gets overthrown. Are you kidding me? I guess we gotta have some bad luck every once in a while, and for the first time in a minute, Nick is gonna get legitimately beat in man coverage. That out route is hard to guard when you're playing for the inside, and Michigan State gonna go back at him here on 1st down. Man, I was not expecting that, and we can't get a reaction, unfortunately. That may have been Nick's worst drive of the season right there, and the Spartans just kinda hanging around in this game. And MSU gets the ball coming out of half. This kinda is feeling like the Penn State game a little bit, and they've got the corner wide open. Is it really a 1-score game just like that? What were we up by, like 32? This is actually crazy. Nick not going to be able to do anything with the return once again. Offense did get a big answer though, and Michigan State going with a bubble screen. Give me that. I don't know why, man, but picking off a screen feels better than anything. Not able to crib it, but still. This quarterback just keeps trying to fit balls into places they should not go, but is going to get Nick here on the comeback. That one's really hard to guard unless you're like really paying attention. And I do admit, sometimes I let my eyes drift off the wide receiver when I think he's just running a streak, but it doesn't matter. this quarterback loves throwing picks. This one is feeling safe again, and I didn't even realize, but I think that Nick is 1 pick away from 30 in the regular season. That would be a big milestone for him for sure. Sadly, we're not going to hit 30 in this one, but it was a very nice game. Another 4 picks for Nick. He really took it over, especially in the first half. We are of course taking on Nebraska in the season finale. Kinnick Stadium has got a beautiful stripe out going for this one, and hey, Nick's teammate starting it out with a pick. He's been kind of balling lately. That's the senior Zion Armstead, but offense somehow gets nothing out of that. They got to be a little bit better than that. I think we need a little something from Nick here. He will bait up the streak route and give me that. Is that mini Mahomes again? No, it's a new quarterback. We're not going to be able to crib this. A nice little way to start her out. And I totally forgot to mention that was Nick's 30th pick on the season. He's got well over 100 in his career at this point, hitting statistical milestones that will never be passed. Nick has made Dante Manella look like a common man. He has truly lived up to the Spotka name. But to really solidify this legacy, he's going to have to win a national title with Iowa, as Nebraska will have to settle for a field goal. And we know that winning that natty will not be easy, boys. We've been struggling plenty with some of these Big Ten games. We head to the second quarter wave-in, and I feel pretty okay about this one. And okay, offense gets a big time touchdown. This is where we got to put the Huskers in the ground, and on third down, they're just running a tunnel screen to Nick's guy. That's your call, Mr. Coach? All right, let's really bust this open. Nick has a shot at a return and actually a ton of space. Come on, man. Come on. Give me some blocks. Give me some blocks. Get to the outside, Nick. No, dude. I was thinking about beating that punter. A shameful moment to be sure, but offense able to put it in. And we could very well head to halftime with a nice 3-score lead here. On 3rd and 6, we might get the ball back, or we might just pick it off again. I'll take that too. And come on, man. Crib this. Crib this. We got to outrun some slow guys. We can do that. Nick Sabaka to the crib and maybe locking this one up, and hopefully locking up that Heisman as well. I mean, I don't know how you could vote for anyone else. There's maybe never been anybody in college football as impactful as Nick, and why not come to him again? This time we lurk up the vert set out of the bunch, and once again it'll be to the crib. We're piling on the 3 and 4 pick games at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 5 today. 40 picks on the season looks very, very possible at this point. Probably not in the regular season, but depending on how far we go in the playoffs. Second half has been kind of dry, not gonna lie. Dude's not really throwing it Nick's way. We gotta bait it heavy at this point. They're running a little streak ball. We gotta pick that off. Basically every time I see a streak at this point, it's like a 60% chance that we're gonna pick it, maybe even a little bit higher than that. I like getting in there for a nice little tackle too. I do kind of want to do like a free safety middle linebacker series after this that's a little bit more focused on tackling and stuff, because legitimately getting a tackle is harder than getting a pick in this game, dude. The picks have been coming easy, and Buddy throws to the flats again. This is gonna be a clear path. 90 yards. We start celebrating at the 10, and Nick is at 5 picks on the day, giving him 34 on the season. And I'm not at all satisfied. Let's get 6 on the day, something we have not done before in this series. And at this point, I hope offense doesn't run out the clock. Let's get a little more. They do. The Heroes Classic is gonna wrap up with a 31-point dub. We smashed Nebraska for the 2nd year in a row. Very, very fun game. I don't know if I'd say it was the best of Nick's career, and hold up. Bro, what did they do to my interception yards? My beautiful interception yards. That better not hurt our Heisman hopes. We'll be taking on Indiana in the Big Ten championship game. As yeah, there's no way that we only had like 200. Yeah, dude, they axed our interception yards. They've probably done this a couple times this season actually. But yeah, 35 picks is nuts. It has been a wild season, and it comes down to this. Big Ten championship game for a spot in the college football playoff. I really want that first round bye, but Indiana gonna pick up an early 3rd down. Indiana handed us one of our only losses last year, and it looks like they might be up to the task today, quickly responding with a touchdown. Need Nick to go crazy in this game, as he's got it on the kick return and showing a lot of speed will get out to the 30. I can already tell that Indiana's offense is going to be incredibly annoying to deal with. They run a lot of play action and stuff, and our DBs are struggling early on in this one, as Nick gets tried for the first time and can't quite make the pick on the Crowe route. We had it red all the way too. Just a little bit too loose baiting that up, and this time we bite down on the hitch route. Indiana is killing us in the passing game. Nick is going to have to make something happen soon, and here on the return, he is going to sneak through a hole. It looked like he was about to get tackled, but somehow we get up out of there. This one's going to the bank, and this has turned into a serious shootout. Kick returns aren't enough though. I'm going to need some picks here, as Nick was trying to bait up the streak route and sit down. Indiana has one of those offense that runs hurry up but audibles every 2 seconds. It is actually driving me crazy, and another big hit. Okay, 3rd and 5. Come on, boys. Need to give our offense something. something, and they're going up top. Give me that. Oh no, Nick, come on, man. And despite Indiana looking really solid, we got a 2-score lead. Look at Nick fighting through the block to get the tackle. He's actually made a nice impact in run support so far, as we're in the cover 2, and Indiana is going to try to hit us with a hole shot. Nick almost lurked it up, but dude just got it in there too soon. And this will turn into a huge game. We got to track him down from behind. Obviously not ideal there, as Indiana's got it on the 1, and man, I thought we had him short. They're going to give him a touchdown on that. The shootout continues. We're on pace to score like 100 points in this game, and Indiana's going for it here. Give me that, you idiot. Come on, Nick. Take this to the crib, buddy. Take this to the crib. Give us a 3-score lead. Bang. Pick 6 coming at a huge time. That puts us in a really good spot. 38 points on the half is actually wild. This is just what we've been doing for the last few weeks at this point. We know they're going to throw the ball here. We got Nick manned up in the slot, but wasn't expecting the quick drag, and that's not a great look. Okay, field goal is fine here. Just can't give up a touchdown. And they're trying to go back to Nick here on the drag. He was underneath that, but guy actually put a lot of air under that ball. Okay, so we'll have a 3rd and 8, and they're going back to the street. Give me that. Oh my god, dude, are we about to have 45 on the half? Come on, we gotta crib this. We gotta crib this. Outrun one guy. We really can't do that. Come on. All right, still a nice play. Look at our boy. Oh, he ran into a guy. Turned out to be a pretty good half, boys. Let's keep it going in the second half. Sit down. Man, do we still not have a forced fumble on the season? That's kind of wild, because I feel like pretty much every tackle from Nick this year has been a big hit. Ziggy's been training him on how to lay the lumber, as Indiana, not giving up yet, is going to hit the fade, and what a terrible angle from our defender. Hoosiers are back on the board, but offense is playing out of their minds, killing a ton of clock and getting another field goal, as Nick gets tested in the run game again and once again lays it down. This might be the most tackles he's had in a game. He's got like 7 or 8 at this point. As Indiana slicing us up again. Is this really gonna go to the crib? Come on, guys. Couple of coverage busts for us in this game. Okay, offense was able to kill a lot of the clock, so Indiana's got under 2 minutes to try to score 14 points. They just used a timeout, so they'll need an onside kick, but they will get the touchdown. All right, we will recover the onside kick. Let's see if offense can kill the clock. They cannot. Oh boys, this could get interesting. 43 seconds left. Nick is trying to bait that up low key, but the quarterback will just take a sack. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to go prevent defense. I want to try to be careful not to give up the big play, as Nick following a guy around and dives for the pick, but can't quite get it. With 10 seconds left, Indiana's quarterback quite literally has a year in the pocket, dude. I'm just trying to bait it up, and he goes to the other side. A wide receiver comes back to the ball, but he is going to fumble, and we pick it up. Are you kidding me, man? What a way to end this Big Ten championship game. We are officially headed to the college football playoffs, as Nick presumably locked down the Heisman with 11 total tackles, 2 picks, and a kick return touchdown. All right, time for the moment of truth. Nick won Player of the Year with 37 interceptions and 16 touchdowns, and he is going to win the Heisman Trophy for the 3rd straight year. Let's go. And Nick is also going to win Special Teams Returner of the Year. All right, we got Virginia Tech in the Rose Bowl, as we've got quite the interesting playoff bracket here. We'll see how this shakes out. So despite losing 2 games, we come into the playoffs as a solid 2 seed, and this defense already getting a stop. Nick's going to have a chance at a punt return. We've actually got some space here. I've been selling on these punt returns, and sadly, Nick's not going to be able to escape. I haven't really gotten enough punt returns to know the method, as VT is going to go to Nick for the first time. Give me that. We are locking down this Virginia Tech offense on the first 2 drives. But offense with an unfortunate turnover, as we're in the cover 2. Virginia Tech has us cooked on the corner routes, and the Hokies tied up. We had a chance to grab the momentum there, and offense didn't take it. Nick will try to make something happen in the return game again, but once again, just nothing doing. But hey, 82-yard touchdown for offense. I know Virginia Tech just got the touchdown, but this has been a great performance from defense so far. We have not really forced punts like this all season, and okay, we might actually have a shot on the kick return. Just got to get to the edge, and for whatever reason, that's kind of hard to do on the punts. As we see there, Nick has 37 picks on the season, needs 3 more to get to 40. We are just kind of letting Virginia Tech hang around in this game. We need to put a foot on the neck, and a chance at another stop on 3rd and 6, as Nick's guy runs a slant. No, he's going to move upfield, and they just throw it over the middle. We get the 2nd pick of the game. That is a linebacker who I don't even know who he is, bro. We just got to avoid any big plays. Virginia Tech does not look like they can move the ball consistently, and Nick is bound to catch another pick eventually. His teammate is going to get fried here, though. Man, it was 3rd and 17. 17. I don't know what our guy was doing, but that'll put him back in it. Offense has scored 21 points, but man, there have been a lot of 3-and-outs for us, and Virginia Tech is gonna kill us over top again. Sheesh, the man coverage is looking rough. I think Nick might have bumped a guy. That 2-score lead evaporated insanely fast, and I don't know what's going on with our DBs right now, dude. Need Nick to come through here. All of a sudden, these guys are doing whatever they want on offense. They got 1st and goal, and right up the gut, there is nobody home. Okay, so now we really got a game on our hands. We just got cooked by a guy named Otis Root, and offense gets nothing. If we're not careful, we might go down by 2 scores. As they come Nick's way, man, we were close to picking that off. Really was not expecting a throw on that. And on 3rd and 6, they're coming Nick's way again. Give me that, dude. We needed that in the worst way. Come on, Nick. Take this to the crib. Take this to the crib. Let's go. The 3-time Heisman winner flips into the end zone. And finally, we got the momentum back in this one. Okay, that was cool, but how about another one, Nick? Oh no, instead they're gonna go to the sidelines, and I sometimes hate this defense. This dude number 7 has been going crazy on us. Okay, big time answer from offense. There are just 4 minutes left, and we got VT to 3rd down. Okay, this is a huge play, boys. Going with a little man coverage. Looks like a curl. No, that was an out, and oh my god, dude, I was not expecting the late throw, and it's Nick who gets beat on 3rd down. That is brutal. Man, I was in good position, but just got turned around at the worst time, and now time ticking down to 3 minutes. Nick might be feeling that one later, but they go over the middle, and we get the classic middle linebacker pick. Shout out David Easton. Okay, offense, go down and get us a touchdown. And yes, sir, they do it. We just got 45 seconds. Need to hold it down, boys. Nick's guy is running a hitch, and they go over the middle again. This time our linebacker wasn't quite there. I want to keep everything in front of us, but man, this cover one is what's been working. Want to give Nick a chance at a pick, but going to the sidelines there, I don't know. The good thing is that we don't have a risk of like losing this game on a deep ball or something, unless Virginia Tech were to go for 2. And oh my god, Nick gets tried over the middle, and once again, dude, Nick gets cooked up. I was lagging way too far behind that route. All right, 3rd and 10. Come on, boys, please. Virginia Tech is gonna go for it all and go into the corner of the end zone. Man, they just keep doing it to this defense. Okay, 7 seconds left. We might be headed to overtime. Nick is gonna get a chance at a kick return, and oh my god, I thought he had a lane up the middle. 3 seconds left on the clock, but somehow, some way, offense gets a touchdown. You gotta be kidding me. We are gonna win the Rose Bowl in dramatic fashion, headed to the next round. It was an up and down game for sure. Nick had 2 picks, including a huge pick 6, but definitely some rough moments later in the game. In the playoff semifinal, we got another tough one taken on USC, and history hangs in the balance. Nick is 1 pick away from 40 interceptions, a truly just unbelievable milestone. So here we go. We got another West Coast up-tempo style offense. USC is going to be tough to deal with today, especially if they run those fade routes that cook our guys. The slot corners just simply cannot hang with that route, and USC is going to run it to our side. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that was 100% going in, and their running back's gonna hit the Heisman post. We won that already, buddy. Okay, well, not a good start at all. Nick has the kick return here, and a little seam opened up, but not able to get through it. Offense with a big answer, though. They've been so good. After last game, I can't make any complaints. Like, actually, how many times has the Iowa offense genuinely bailed out Nick in this series? This game, though, it looks like he's trying to play for him, and that, boys, is his 40th interception on the season. Let's go for 50. Why not, man? 3rd and 9 is a big opportunity. They're going with a little 5 wide. I'm expecting a streak route as they go over the middle, and great hit from our middle linebacker. So Nick will have a punt return here, and this actually sets up nice. We'll try to cut it back, but a boy came out of nowhere. Offense did sadly end up having to punt that, and they gotta throw me that screen. I'm a little bit bored of the streak picks. Let's get something else here, but nope. They just keep on giving them to us, and we will for sure take them. 41 on the year now. Okay, offense, 2-score lead. I need it. Nope, we head to halftime 14-7. Defense has actually been solid in this one, and why not 3? They just keep on throwing that route. 3rd on the day for Nick. Nice little redemption for him after some rough moments in the last game, but we're seeing it again. We just can't quite put the game away. USC's bound to get a big play eventually, and I couldn't see anything there. They go to the fade, and Nick was coming off of his man. Somehow we knocked that out. An interesting play to say the least, and they got this weird cluster formation here. On 3rd and 7, it looked like a screen, and man, we got to get a knockout on that. Big opportunity missed on that one, but we got him to 3rd down again. Sitting in the cover 2, I'm trying to lurk something up in the flats, but USC just goes with the ground game. They got number 86 handling the ball, and Nick's gonna have to get the tackle. Okay, another chance at a 3rd down. This has got to be a run, right? Looks like a jet touch pass, and we get it. Let's go. All right, 4th and 4. This could very well be the game. Nick's got the flats and expecting a little wheel or something. Oh, quarterback taking off. I didn't see that at all. Damn, man. If Nick saw that a second sooner, we might have been headed to the national title game. And trying to force a fumble on the running back. All of a sudden, the Trojans are just going death march and going to the outside here. The running back's going to get around the edge and crib it, diving into the end zone. That was a pretty killer drive from USC. We'll see what offense has to respond as Nick cannot get through the wash. Oh boy, they kick a field goal with 2 minutes left. This is going to get interesting for sure. Okay, Nick, we can't pucker up like last game. Got to be good here. And I'm trying to bait up the streak. Quarterback scrambling and goes down. All right, good stuff, defense. Next guy is going to run an out. Oh, bro, this is just like last game. I was never expecting an out. And now the Trojans are in field goal range already. Nick sold. Need some redemption, man. I'm baiting up the streak. Throw it, and oh my god, dude. Man, we had it played perfectly for the interception. Looks like they're going back to something similar, and oh my god, did we just get mossed? Oh god, this has been a rough drive for Nick. We cannot go out like this. They're going curls. Okay. Just one more pick, Nick. One more pick, buddy. Oh my god, they're going to the end zone, and I was not expecting the slant. We get a flag, though. Nick gets bailed the hell out. We are trying so hard to choke here. Sticking with the man coverage, and they're going RPO. I think we just got another flag. Man, do we decline this? I think we gotta take it, right? Okay, now we might get another vert situation from USC. No, they just run it. Okay, did we make the right decision? Dude is gonna get to about the same spot they would have been otherwise. Okay, so 3rd and goal. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Nick's guy's just running a curl, and we get the sack. Bang, dude. So a rough drive from Nick. Can we answer with something on the kick return? Come on, Nick. Come on. We spin out, and Nick is not gonna get around the edge. Oh my god, bro. Offense turned it over. They threw an interception. How did this happen? USC is gonna have a 1st and goal. And is that a jet touch pass? No, they go up the middle, and this is bad. I don't know if we got a shot now. All right, Nick, it's been a minute, buddy. If there ever was a time to do it, it's now. One shot at a kick return touchdown, and we run into a wall. It's gonna be up to the sim, and offense took a sack. 3rd and 5 with 14 seconds. Oh my god, bro. No way. They did it again? Unbelievable, boys. Wow, this has been an insane game, and we haven't even been able to see most of the crazy stuff. Now we just need one stop from defense. Come on, guys. 3rd and 5. Nick's manned up on the running back. Absolutely no idea what this is going to be. Okay, we got jet touch pass. No, sir. All right, USC gets the field goal, but offense gets nothing. And just like that, Nick's college career has come to an end. I can't believe it, man. I thought this was the team of destiny. We even got the Hail Mary. I don't know what happened in overtime, but USC is headed to the Natty. A heartbreaker for Nick, man. 3 picks, but had chances late in the game and couldn't quite capitalize. That brings the greatest season in college football history to an end. 42 interceptions from Nick, 6 deflections. Okay, we did have 1 forced fumble, and then how many touchdowns? 17. That is crazy. In Nick's Iowa career, he finished with 99 interceptions over 3 years, 2,333 receiving yards. You add the 18 that he had to Tulane, and that's 117 interceptions. So let me know, where do you think our guy should end up in the NFL? I think he is going to be shattering records from the jump. Appreciate y'all following along for this series. You guys have been great with the support. Be sure to drop a like and comment, and have a good one. Peace.